Tawa Pura, and the people, I'm Jay Obudu Josh. About you, Black Sarah, Boakai 16, 2025. I can't be a man. I can't be a man.
All right, guys, welcome back. Sorry for the glitch. I don't know what the issue was. Let's say Perkins will join us. His side camera is dark right now. All right, so let's welcome back to the show, guys. Let's test your audio and see.
Audio test 1 2.
Okay.
1 2 1 2.
All right, you're good to go. Let me bring Perkins now. He's all ready to go. Let's see here. Let me bring that banner down so we don't block our man here. Let's see. All right. Okay, Perkins, welcome aboard. Welcome back.
Yeah. Testing 1 2. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, your audio is good. All right, guys. Yeah, sorry, I don't know the glitch. We had this Facebook. It went off. I don't know what we did wrong. Yeah, I can explain that part of it. Yeah, but let go back. I think we're doing a little bit of Shirley's book, and let me succinct, please. Let me brief, so that we can get to the other topics here. Yeah, so let's do that quickly. I think we did a shout out already to Madam Siande Kufa, and just me alone. Madam Kufa, we want to say happy birthday to you. Wish you many more happy returns. She is the president of the Liberian Association of Pennsylvania. All right, Siande Kufa there. And we're talking about our own co-host Shirley Sneh, who wrote a book and Model Without Proof. And so, Shirley, you were talking about where we can get your book and how much it's going to cost. And you say you're going to be launched, I think, next month. So go ahead, give us some little information here, please.
Okay, I think you covered a little information. It's going to be launched next month, and it's going to be on Amazon. Mostly it's going to be in all of the bookstores, especially in Africa. It's going to be in all of the bookstores in Liberia, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, and so forth. So yes, that information I will share it next month, and I'm going to be doing a book tour. I'm going to be going to different states to launch my book. I'm looking forward to my friends and family hosting me, and so yes.
Nice. So I mean, like cost-wise, though, are we looking at so we can start saving our money now?
Start saving, and you put a price on it yet?
Oh, you're having pricing yet? Okay, all right. Yeah, I like the picture. A beautiful picture. I think you gotta put on the cover of the book too, on the other side.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So that's a little bit of the book. More details coming up. Just stay tuned. Voice is SINOE, and you'll get more information about Model Without Proof. But Shirley, I try out of curiosity though. Mm-hmm. Let me do something here. Yeah, I know I don't want you to let the cat out of the bag, but I mean, Model Without Proof. How can a mother now have a proof? Proof of what are you talking about? Proof of a child? Proof of what?
Well, then you are trying to let the cat out, like you said, right? I think it was Justin that said that, like, we judge the book by its cover. So the cover should give you an interest of like, okay, a Model Without Proof, because when Justin saw the book cover, he said the title and book cover, he said, wait, how can a mother have no proof? It's easier for you to say a father don't have a proof because they can do DNA. But if you say a mother don't have a proof, then, I want to go deep into the book and see what are you talking about. So that's the point. I'm not here to let it out. That's a conversation that I want to have, when people have the opportunity to read a book, then we can go into it.
Yeah, and then you get a subtitle. For example, you got no records, no graves. Is that graves? No answers.
Yes.
And then you said, they told me my twins died.
Okay.
The refugee mothers fight for truth. Wow. Who told you that? Who told you when you said they? They told, anyway, let not let the cat out of the bed.
I know where you're going at, but we will have this conversation the right time. And I will love to have this conversation with you another time, or with all of you another time. Yes.
Definitely would love to. All right, guys. I just trying to kind of get my co-host going here for a second. All right, now let's go. I think let me just stay in our presentation more. And the first thing that we want to talk about today on the platform, there is a breaking news. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to VOSD Co. The breaking news: the former president of the United Sapo Association in Americas, or Excellency Francess Clarke Myers, and Honorable Mola Panto, they tied the proverbial knot. And I mean, that's I think that's a breaking news that we have to, you all on the platform, you are conversant, President Francess Clarke Myers, and she just got married. I don't know how to start with this, but I will just call Shirley. Shirley, when you first saw this breaking news, when you saw these images, I don't know how you got across them first. So what comes to mind? I mean, what was your initial reaction?
That's a really great question. When I saw those in our group chat, the first thing that came to mind was how beautiful, absolutely beautiful, our former president, and then I have to catch myself. I'm like, wait a minute, what you mean she's married? I said, I just talked to the president like maybe less than 24 hours. So those are information that people are so anxious to give. They're so excited to share. And I was like, she's not only a president to me, she is a big sister, a mom. And why hide the information from us? I mean, that this calls for a celebration. This is something where I feel like all of us should have been there to put our arm around her, because she did a lot of great things when she led the United Sapo Association in America for years. So we want to be there, put our lapa down, because that's the right thing to do, right? Put our lapa down and dance. So I'm just like, okay. Then I have to catch myself too again for the second time. It's like, you know why? When someone look this beautiful on their wedding day, you forget your feeling and focus on them. So I will just celebrate her. I will call her. So I did. I called her. I was like, oh, you're not going to congratulations. And I told her, I'm like, you look absolutely beautiful. But look at that. Look at that smile. It's so visible that she is happy. She found her soulmate and so forth, right? And I'm so happy for her. So my feeling of, okay, you let us know we have all these stuff that we have in our head that we wanted to do for you. It took everything away with how beautiful she looked and how happy she looked on her pictures, and I'm just so happy for her. So yeah.
Let's bring Patrick. I mean, when you saw this, I don't know how you saw it, but what is your thought about the president, getting out of the auditorium of bachelorettes?
Well, I think it is written that behind every successful man there stands a strong and good woman. And he who finds a good woman finds a good thing. So my aunt is married to my teacher, I think it's something that I so appreciate. And in fact, I did a congratulatory post for them, and I think that post it generated so many comments. I mean, the approval is so huge, the appreciation is so huge. And I want to say again, congratulations to our dear former president, my mother, and to say congratulations to my former economics teacher, our former elections magistrate, and I always call him a veteran, very respected big brother, yeah, and father figure. Yeah, so I think the couple matches, and I see compatibility, I see substance, I see love, I see just everything that makes a man a happy home and a happy family. Congratulations to them.
Perkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring you on your man. The president is extremely elated. You see your lip looking in the sky. I don't know who is up there, but you know. Yeah,
that's a beautiful picture.
yeah, that's my favorite picture there. You know. Yeah, but the thing is, why is she laughing at somebody up there? Or I mean, they smile for my man Mola. Mola is looking at her, smiling, but she is up. You know, so. Perkins, let's get your thought here about the presidents getting married.
I guess the president was looking up into the heavens and smiling and saying thank you
Jesus.
I do up there that they do follow. But I want to say congratulations, big congratulations to Madam Francess Clarke Myers. It's a huge milestone. One would have thought if I would have known that when she was president back then and she was still single, I would have shoot my shot. I didn't know that.
And you see him.
But you know, the woman is a brilliant and strong woman and very beautiful. So she finding a partner at this time is a beautiful thing. We wish them all the best as they back on this new journey. Madam President, we want to say a huge congratulations to you, and we all will find time to come and pass by, even maybe with a phone call or so. We will chip in and be here with you and the family. But a big congratulations once again.
All right, so as the spokesperson of the elders and the ancestors, you know, the spokesperson of the elders and the ancestors, to understand is not to understand, is the father of the children of SINOE County. So because the elders and the ancestors, they selected me to be their spokesperson. And so I am inundated with euphoria to see my own sister, my own president. I mean, we are so close, you know, especially when we're working together. I worked with her for 10 years. We started from the local level, USAA, and then based on our work, or based on her work, I should say, the people promoted us, they catapulted us to the national level, and she did magnificent work there. I was during your second term, I was pushing that, I know, moving forward, the executive, the board of directors, everybody should be married. If you're not married, we should amend the constitution. That I was pushing, you know. But, you know, there was huge protest from other people that don't subscribe to the philosophy, you know. So the president, I mean, we don't understand she was married before. She has been consistent in that area, you know. But Madam President, we want to say congratulations to you. We wish you all the best in this union. Mola is a wonderful brother. I never knew him. He came to the U.S. and then based on my activities on Facebook, he said, you know, I like the Pekin, you know, even though I don't like the word Pekin, you know. I am the spokesperson. I'm almost, you know, 60 years, you know, so I like people to call me Pekin, you know. But he said, well, I like Dr. You put it esoteric, and since then, Mola has taken to me. He will call me, and if I have something, I will call, you know, bounce it off of him. You know, he's an incredible man. So Mola, I want to say, wish you all the best, you and the president. Yes, it is an affront to the elders and their ancestors to have consummated this deal without at least telling me. You know, I know there are different weddings, you know, some are called clandestine weddings. People don't want to know why they are doing this, but there are multiple reasons. We can't question the president and Mola right now, and until we do further investigation. So we are doing, we have activated our investigative team to know why the wedding was done surreptitiously. We want to understand why it was done that way. When we get the reasons, we'll come here to divulge the information to you, but we are all happy for the president, and that's why we made a flyer. Voice of SINOE in the diaspora congratulates Madam Clarke and Mr. Panto. So they are now Mistress and Mr. Panto, right? Yeah, that's the title. So that Francess Clarke, Maya got to go because Clarke is now the middle name. All right. So that's the issue about the president. Let's go on to the next thing that we want to talk about today on the show. Again, to our viewers, please share the link for us. Our show, Facebook cut the show off first, so we have our viewers radically low right now. So please share for us. The panelists as well, don't forget to share the show as well. I think I shared a couple of times. So let's do that. And please hit that star button for us. Send us some stars. Well, I highly appreciate you doing that. All right, now, guys, let's go to the next thing here that we want to. That was the wedding bell. And this one, too, is a breaking news. And so we're going to be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora with Shirley, Perkins, and Patrick. But this one, it doesn't make me happy. All right. But our job here is to furnish the public with information. That's what we do. Because this individual involved is from a county. And he's a big educated man from SINOE. So I'm of the view that when you have such knowledge and you are given a national position, you should serve in that capacity impeccably so that you can be an example to the next generation. But unfortunately, our son, Dr. Roland Clarke, was caught allegedly, I should use that word, that's why the media are reporting, in a web of corruption, all right? In the amount that he was taken to court, and the court issued an arrest warrant for him, $288,075. That's the amount in question here. So if you don't know who Dr. Roland Clarke is, it's a gentleman right here. He was the chairman for the National Center. It's a long name, National Center for Response Mechanism. Maybe I'm missing another C because it's triple C or double C. So Mr. Roland Clarke was leading an institution, and let me get the institution correct name here. He was the executive director. So this is a news article from front page, not front page, but Daily Observer. They reported a related case involves two former officials of the National Center for the Coordination of Response Mechanism, NCCRM, Dr. Roland Clarke, former executive director, and Mr. Peter W. Yanamo, former coordinator, have been named in indictments for economic sabotage, theft of property, and criminal facilitation. Both men have been declared wanted, and the court has issued arrest writs for their apprehension. Okay, that's what the Daily Observer reported. Now, you have other media outlets. So when I got this information, Shirley, Patrick, and Perkins, I first got it on Facebook, but I tried to authenticate. I tried to verify the veracity of the information. So I went to the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, their website, and try to see what I can get some documents. Of course, we got some documents. But before I put the documents out, I want to get the panelists their initial reaction, or you want me to just go through the document and then we just we can have the discussion. So let me do that. So there is the for the LACC, one of the documents on Facebook, Google, just Google LACC, you see the PDF file there. So it says the allegation, page 42 of the document, allegation of misappropriation of fund and act of corruption involving officials of the NCCRM. All right. And then it says a complaint from Sophia MP Reeves, Deputy Director, National Center for the Coordination of Response Mechanism, NCCRM, against Dr. Roland Clarke and the Comptroller of NCCRM, Mr. Peter W. Yanamo, including other members of their criminal enterprise, that the amount of USD $62,775 and $225,300 was misappropriated. Okay, so Reeves, that's Sophia Reeves, reported the information. You got to understand, she was an insider. She was the deputy director. All right. So something went on wrong in there. Now, I want to get your thought on that. Why is it that the deputy director for NCCRM reported the director, the executive director, and other members of the team? The money in question was, they chopped the money without giving us something. I don't know. A lot of things can say. So another document from that report, not this one. Let me put this one right here. This is what I want. So if you go to, there's another website called Corruption Case Tracker. All right, GAC, they got LACC, they got another one. So they call Corruption Case Tracker. If you look on it right now, they get a summary of the cases in the country. So they say allegation of misappropriation of fund and act of corruption involving officials of the NCCRM. All right, and then the amount in question is a financial impact is $288,075. Okay, and then they get a case summary here. It says here, complaint from Sophia M. Reeves, Deputy Director, National Center for the Coordination of Response Mechanism, NCCRM, against Dr. Roland Clarke and the Comptroller of NCCRM, Mr. Peter W. Yanamo, including other members of their criminal enterprise, that the amount of $62,775 and $225,300 was misappropriated. Okay, so it's right on the, everything is on the internet. So guys, I want to go around the room to get your reaction to the development of son of SINOE County and other members of our country. So ladies before Jenna, Shirley, what is your take? Our son of SINOE County is caught. You are on mute.
You asked a question about, why is it that an insider would report this information, right? Yeah. And the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that maybe that insider have had numerous conversations with things that were not going right within that system or department, and probably felt like nobody was listening to her. And then it could also be that that insider knew that, in this position, I have integrity. I have to protect my integrity. I have to make sure that I am loyal to the Liberian people versus being loyal to the people that I myself working together. So if things are not going right, it kind of here in America, right? If you work in long-term care, you are a mandated reporter. So when you see that things are not going right with a vulnerable other, it is your job, your responsibility to report it. You don't even need to wait on your boss. You need to report that. So I think that individual, that lady that reported the information, was someone who had integrity, someone who, like, what, this probably been going on for a long time, and I need to make sure that I report this. So I think maybe, but it is sad for, for things like this to come out, especially someone who is a big person in the government, someone who I'm sure a lot of young people look up to. So I hope they can go through the investigation, because as an individual, he also have the right to go through proper investigation. So this comes to like the to make sure that everything are done the right way, and if he's found guilty, he should be treated like everyone else, not the fact that he is a big person. Because I see that happen a lot in Liberia. Like, oh, he's in the government, he has power, he has money. So if cases like this come out and the person is found guilty, they just give them a clean slip to go out, hoping and praying. This shouldn't be the case. This should be something that, he should be held accountable if, for sure, it comes out that, yes, he took the money.
Patrick, let's bring you on here. What do you make of this son of Sano County? His hands have been caught in the cookie jar.
No, I think first we have to set the language straight. Dr. Clarke hands are nowhere near any cookies jar in this country. You see, people have a tendency in this country that once they are not part of certain thing, or once they feel ostracized or perhaps sidelined, they go at any length to bring great people down. And I think that's what happened here. But one thing is certain here, presumption of innocence in our jurisprudence is something that is guaranteed to every accused person. And the caliber of person that a Clarke is in this country, the person he has been in this country, his public service record speaks for all of his integrity. I believe this woman doesn't even know Dr. Clarke. And I believe she got something personal against them, that she could walk to the LACC and complain just like that. But even when the NCCRM even got on board.
The woman was the deputy director for the institution, so you cannot say she doesn't know him.
No, yeah. If I say, look, there is more to knowing people. Yeah, being deputy to him, or maybe she's playing some political games here, because remember, Dr. Clarke was in a position when the George Weah administration met him there, and they maintained him in that position. Okay, the Weah administration maintained him in that position. So, as a clever way to get him out, of that position, she being the deputy, and perhaps, who knows her political, I don't even know her political affiliation, but being the deputy and maybe a political insider, because that's how most of the people came to power, came to positions. They undermined the people they were with there, and then eventually they got appointed. And I can tell you, for instance, the CSA, right? Even though the guy at CSA, he did not undermine anybody, he did not report anybody, but he was a deputy to James Thompson, all right? And he's now the direct boss. So other institutions, people were deputy and they became their bosses. Or in fact, at the immigration service, the guy who succeeded Steve, I don't call himself, from Lofa County. Yeah, former Lofa County Senator, I will get his last name. All right, he was deputy at the NAFA, the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, where Glasgow got suspended and never came back. The person who succeeded her today was deputy, Sarah Simbe, who is not a deputy. He was deputy, and all these scandals came against her, and she got suspended eventually, and that's the end of the story. So some of these games are played to get rid of people so that other people can have the opportunity to step in. And I think that's exactly what she did. But I think the ICC...
I hate to interrupt you, but I want to kind of push you a little bit here. If you say we should, which I agree with, you are presumed under the law innocent until proven guilty. So it looks like you are declaring the woman guilty before I mean, even knowing the facts beyond, that led her to making the report, So you have to use the same standard that you are using for Dr. Clarke.
No, here's the truth. Here's the truth, right? I know very well the LACC will go beyond this matter. It will investigate in depth and it will come out with its findings. Look, LACC publications are never the last. The last outcome of anybody's, of allegations against anybody. For instance, the LACC indicted. The LACC indicted. How they call him? Christopher Sankolo. Yeah, Christopher Sankolo of Kari. That's a Central Agriculture Research Institute. He was indicted by the LACC, and President Boakai suspended him. All right. When President Boakai suspended the guy, the LACC went in depth into its investigation. And just a few days ago, I think I published it in our chat room. Just a few days ago, the LACC came back to exonerate the man to say, well, allegations against him, allegations of corruption against him were false, and misleading, and all their findings prove that yes, he did not do anything wrong, he did not misappropriate. So I'm very convinced also the LACC will go beyond its finding, it will investigate in depth, and knowing the person that Roland Clarke is in this country, his public service track record, everything, the LACC will come right back here, right on the same platform, or maybe on Facebook or whatever medium it has to operate you. It will come back there and it will tell us there what was said against the Clarke by this lady here. I mean, was not true and it's not true. And even if he goes to court, if he appears before the court on whatever indictment that the court has issued or whatever arrest warrant to face the court, I mean, as guaranteed by the Constitution, his presumption of innocence, I mean, he will still come out vindicated. The Clarke cannot be a thief. The kind of person he is, he has not stolen anything for anybody. And I think the lady took a shot at him because of political reason.
All right, even though we don't know the woman's political affiliation, all right, they could be from the same political. Perkins, let bring you in. What do you make of this? A highly educated son of Sino County is now allegedly in the web of corruption. $288,075. I mean, his deputy making a report to him and others to the Anti-Corruption Commission. What is your take?
Well, first of all, it is a sad news for a man who have had this position for a very long time to now be accused of embezzling $288,000. I would have thought we'd be talking about millions, but $288,000, I'm not sure if that's an amount that a man of his caliber will want to risk his job for. But then again, you never know what people do when they think that nobody is watching, So his deputy reporting this situation, we will refer to her as a whistleblower, and I want to believe that we do have a system in Liberia that should protect whistleblowers. But in this case, I don't think she should be considered a whistleblower because her name is known now, so everybody knows who she is. So Patrick is saying maybe she has some political motive, so that's why she flagged this issue.
So, but why do we make the assumption that an information is reported then is politically driven though? Why do we go to that, default to that position?
Well, because what we are doing right now, we are trying to get into or get understanding of what is going on. So we don't have a court verdict whether he's guilty or not. It is alleged. So we want to satisfy both sides of the argument, the accused and the accuser. So in as much as we want to agree that okay, this case has been reported to LACC and this man has been indicted, but at the same time, like what Patrick referenced to, there are one or two other cases that the LACC were able to vindicate the individuals after they were implicated. So, but we're not vindicating him, and we are not the one who accuse him either. Now, if he actually go through the court process and he's found guilty, then he should face the full weight of the law. That is a man of a son of SINOE County who was caught with pants down and hands in the cookies jar. If you want to embezzle, I would say embezzle a lot of money so that when you get caught, you will really pay the penalty the right way. $288,000 for a man who held that position since Ellen Johnson's government. It sounds a little fishy, but then, like I said, you never know what people do when they feel like people are not watching. Now, one thing with the LACC indictment and the entire Liberian judicial system is when these kinds of information comes up, I'm not really excited about it, to be honest with you. We have had so many cases of this nature that is just being piled up through the court and there's no conclusion to it. LACC indicted Gracious Ra. When the story came out, it kind of felt like people are about to arrest the owner of Gracious Ra right now, and the case will be expedited and people will be found guilty. Gracious Ra case is still in the court. Nobody knows where it's going, where it's not going. We LDCC indicted the former First Lady with her organization that she got going on, and that other case is also ongoing. LDCC indicted people like Samuel Toy and colleagues. That other case is also still ongoing. LDCC indicted the Capitol building, Saga people, and so these are just cases that will just come up and they just pile them up, no conclusion to it. At the end of the day, the Liberian people are frustrated. They looking for food to eat. So they are not worried about who's in jail, who's not going to jail, because nobody is going to jail. And the very few people that you will find guilty in the system, that the least people that are on everything else, those people that probably will be accused of $15,000 or $5,000 embezzlement or misappropriate something, and those are the people that they are able to find guilty. But these high-profile individuals that really go and cripple the system through their connections by stealing huge amount of money or millions of dollars, these people cases will just get in the court, they just prolong it, and then at the end of the day, in most cases, they just tell them that you are not guilty and go pay this fine. So sometimes when these stories come out, to be honest with you, and my Liberian people, I'm not excited. I just listen to it because I know it's just going to be another story that we'll talk about today, and tomorrow something else will happen, and we'll move on. But regardless, if this guy, regardless of how long he been in politics or how long he has served in that position, if they actually go after him and they do their investigation and he's found guilty, let him face the law. If not, they can also vindicate him and let him be. But the bottom line is our judicial system is not doing its job. So whether you indict these people or not, I strongly believe they will still go free at the end of the day.
All right. So thank you, not Patrick, but Perkins. Okay, so here's my take. Again, I want to agree with Patrick. Every citizen or every accused individual is presumed innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. That is a given. I agree with that. But what I cannot agree with is the fact that Patrick would say, you know what? The deputy to Dr. Clarke, Madam Sophie Reeves, was politically motivated, or action was politically motivated. We have to use the same standard. She is an insider, okay? It's like the four of you are working, or three of you are working with me right now, and one of you took an information to the Anti-Corruption Commission, for example, and the people went into their investigation. Okay, you make a claim against me. And then they have to do further investigation. They can't just wake up and call you out, right? So they did an investigation before even breaking your name to the public, all right? So they did their investigation, all right? And that's why he was indicted and even issued an arrest warrant, okay? So they did some research. So that's why if you go on the Anti-Corruption Commission website right now, they have the appendix, right, with all the indictees. They get their names there. So page 42, you get Dr. Clarke and his team. So allegation of misappropriation of fund is an allegation, we agree, right? An act of corruption involving official. So over here, then they got some details. The complaint from Sophia MP Reeves, Deputy Director, National Center for the Coordination of Response Mechanism. I don't think, Patrick, this woman would just call with no evidence and say, you know what, Dr. Clarke and the comptroller, the embezzle, or yes, $62,775 and $225,300. She wouldn't do that. I don't know why she would want to, tarnish her own reputation like that. So the GAC or the LACC, they have done their research, and it seems to be there is an element of validity to what she said, and that's why Mr. Clarke was indicted. All right, and that's why they put out the information, and now all the newspapers in the country, they capture that story. You see, Daily Observer. A related case involves two former officials of the National Center for the Coordination of Response Mechanism, Dr. Roland Clarke, former Executive Director, and Mr. Peter Yanamo, former coordinator, have been named in indictment for economic sabotage, theft of property, and criminal facilitation. Both men have been declared wanted, and the court has issued arrest warrants or writs for their apprehension. Okay, the court has issued, again, it has passed the level of the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission. It has gone as far as to the court issuing an arrest warrant for them, for the guys. So there is some element of truism to what the woman reported. We'll get this, Mason. In order to get our country correct, to be in the right direction, Perkins and Patrick, we have to do that which is right, okay? There is something here. They say, show me your friend, and I will tell who you are. Perkins, Dr. Clarke is a close friend of Milton Tiaji, okay? I heard you saying, oh, there is no, the LACC, they can indict people and people can go free. Yes, but people have been declared guilty as well. We can't dismiss that fact. Dr. Clarke is a close friend of Milton Tiaji, and they seen LACC and GSC, they indicted Milton Tiaji before, and you were declared guilty. Okay? So, it's fishy. Patrick Boss, again, Romeo Kuya, his name is in the indictment as well. Okay? SONA County Development Money. Him, so Dr. Clarke, Romeo Kuya, Milton Tiaji, they are all friends, and they were all indicted by the LACC, the Anti-Corruption Commission. So you can see the link here. Show me your friend, and I will tell who you are. So your friend right now, Perkins, if you say, oh, that person is your friend, and I know who that person is, I can say something about you. So why is it that these THG specifically was declared guilty, and that the Clarke found this man to be his friend? They have something in common. A moral man will not befriend an immoral person. That's something we got to make sense of these things. Why would Perkins not be a role and 24 hours he walking around with role? Why is it that Patrick is a pastor, but he always will put Joe there all over the place? Why? It doesn't make sense logically. So if Dr. Clarke is a clean man, as Patrick is portraying to be, and I'm not saying he's not a clean man, but by virtue of the fact that his deputy complained him, and not just him alone. So Patrick argument will have a weight, right? When you say only Dr. Clarke alone. But the woman, it was a whole team. The controller, she want to be the director, the controller, and all the other positions at the same time? No, the woman reported the whole clique. And the LACC, they follow up with the information. And now the information went to the court, and the court has issued an arrest warrant. You can't dismiss this. It has a magnitude. For the court to issue an arrest warrant, that's a serious issue. So Dr. Clarke is in the mud. He has been caught in the mud of corruption here, allegedly. Again, he's not been declared guilty, so we'll use the legal language. But in order to free our country, this is what we need. We need Sophia reefs around. We need more of them. That when their bosses are doing stuff, they will not keep quiet. They will report it. We need a doctor you put it. And when I was working with Francess, I didn't see anything preaching. Had she done anything with the people money, I would break it out. Because I can't be part of the team. Something going wrong, I'll be quiet about it. All right. So, Patrick, what is your reaction? Do you still hold the view that Madam Sophie, she wants to be the controller, she wants to be the director, and the other position, everything at the same time, that why she reported the people?
So let me correct few assertions you made. One, under the law, even that of the United States, there is nothing called transfer, aggression, or guilt by association. That's one thing you got to understand here. Also, we want to make it clear that when George Mendel propounded his genetic theory, he did not say there is any hereditary link, by attitude of two persons, friendly or associated by blood. So meaning that the genetic experiment, we can say people can be identical to another person. Did not say because your mouth was corrupt, so you will be corrupt, or because your power was corrupt, so you'll be corrupt, or because a friend was or is corrupt, so you will say you'll be corrupt. It says that the clerk, whether he's a friend to Milton Tiaje or not, does not make him a corrupt person. The next thing I want to clarify is the LACC has never indicted Thomas Romeo Queer of any form of corruption or out of corruption. No. The LACC has never.
We don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. So, John, let's keep the case. The evidence there. I still got the report.
Let me let my thought. The LACC has no official publication indicting Thomas Romeo Queer of corruption in this country. All right. If GSC conducts audits, it will sometimes name people, and some of those audits, what it indicates sometimes, will not amount to acts of corruption. Queer has no history of corruption in his public service life. So that's the first thing we got to understand as well too. Everything being said about Queer has been political assumptions, and everything has just been politically motivated. If you had the evidence, publish the LACC report on Queer that said allegedly he was ever indicted for corruption in public service.
All right. Patrick, you have the right to defend that, but that's something that the evidence is there. We don't want to go back to history, but if you want us to rehash, to go back to the LACC report or the GSC report indicting Milton Tiaje, Madonna Williams, and Romeo Queer, I can pull out the document. I have no business here bringing people's names out here, but I am going off of the constitutionally established institution in the country, incorporating your name in the web of corruption. I don't have no business here to do that. The fact that Dr. Clarke is a friend with a guilty man, Milton Tiaje, and another man who was accused of embezzling SINOE County money, and 24 hours they are together. They go to the club together, they go to church together, they go to food shopping together, they do practically everything together. Okay, Perkins, I ask the fundamental question again. If you are a clean man, why are you always with a rogue? Why? What do you guys have in common? You must have something in common to always be dilly-dallying around, to be having party and do everything secretly and going everywhere. You have something together. So Dr. Clarke connection to Milton Tiaje, a connection to Romeo Queer, who my man Patrick is now defending. I would say those two guys, they corrupted him, maybe he corrupted them. All right? One of them, Shirley, go ahead. You want to say something?
No, I mean, like, honestly, your argument though, like, are you serious? Because
Yes,
you
I
are.
am.
Oh, wow, very interesting. So I don't know. I mean, like, you say your own, we understand it, but that argument of saying because you are hanging out with somebody who been accused or who was guilty of a crime that make you a criminal, I don't think it add up, at least not to me. And secondly,
No, no,
I don't
I
know
want you
this
to refute
guy.
that. I
I
want
don't
you to
know
refute
him
that
very
first.
well. I'm sorry, I don't know him very well, but I do know Romeo Kuya. Okay, so but let's talk about the person we are talking about right now. This
No,
person,
Shirley, before you go to Dr. Clarke, I want you, because you say you disagree with, if Shirley is not a thief, if Shirley is not a murderer, why is Shirley always hanging out? I'm not saying sometimes, always hanging out with a murderer, with a pedophile, with a rapist. Why are you hanging out with this person 24/7? What do you guys have in common? If you are not in that practice, why are you guys always together? So I want you to refute that. Go ahead.
well, that's a really great question. Maybe I will answer it another time, but I want to focus on the person we are talking about. This individual in question, which first of all, they did not say he is guilty. Okay, so we need to make sure that part is clear. And secondly, this is someone that has served the Liberian people for years. So are you saying all the years that he served, there was nobody that was there that said, oh, you know, he took this one, he stole that one, and stole this other one? So to my point, or in my view, the case is not about him as an individual, like, okay, because he hang out with criminals, so yes, this is completely true. He stole the money, so he is a criminal, right? I think it's about whether our system can deliver justice. So they're taking out, right?
Shirley, the system has delivered justice. One of the guys you're hanging out with, you are declared guilty. All right? So that's justice right there.
So then they actually make him guilty? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, why is it that you are always hanging out with a guilty man?
But that's something that you need to ask him. Maybe he is hanging out with that guilty man because he is someone who is transparent and trying to teach or educate that guilty man to make sure that he also can do the right thing. Because if you have kept someone in position for that long, especially in Liberia, with different government maintaining him, you need to think about that. So
yeah, but Perkins said something earlier, Shirley. Perkins said something. He said, I mean, people can do stuff. It could take a couple of years and you are not caught, right? So maybe let's say you hear the cliche in Liberia say 99 days for a rule, 1 day for the master. That the time now for him to be caught. You know, it could be the case. So you hide it, you always say, do the right thing when nobody's looking. That's something you always say. So people are not looking and the man were doing some fishy thing, you tell you, would you get caught? That's a possibility. So about the fact that it took a long time, he wasn't caught, it doesn't mean that you are clear or you are clean, man. It's just that you were not caught.
Because you have not been found guilty. So, then the information too that you are giving, you are already calling him a guilty person.
No, I haven't used the word guilty, Shirley.
Well, I'm just saying, like, he hang out with criminal, not based on his character, but based on another person's character. Then that's not fair. That's what I'm saying. But
Shirley, I'm looking at the pattern. It's not only one. The other guy was.
Do you have people that you hang out with that can drink?
Do I?
Right. No. Let me come in.
Do you have people that you hang out with? Because I don't drink, but I have people that I hang out with that can drink, and you have to respect that. Individuals are different. If they see men hanging out with them and cannot drink, one day they will be like, okay, we need to drink because when we drink, foolish things happen. And Shirley can't drink, and she always got to be our driver. Let's stop the drinking thing. It ain't worth it. So I'm just saying, positive. If you are a positive person, you can pull people to you. The way you live your life, the way you carry yourself.
Shirley, so you disagree with Perkins has come in. So you disagree with the cliche that says birds with the same feather flock together. You don't agree with that?
I don't agree with that because you have to be a leader. If I'm a leader, I can hang out with people that go to the club. You know why? Because I will change their life from going to the club based on the way I carry myself.
Okay, let's bring Perkins in, but that's an issue with what you just said. So I mean, when you say birds, when you say, have you seen eagle flying with 10 birds before?
I don't know that other part.
Okay, Perkins, go ahead. Go ahead, Perkins.
So I was going to actually mention that before you brought it up. Now, I don't think when the saying goes that birds with the same fellow flock together necessarily mean birds of the same kind, right? I myself do not subscribe to that theory that birds with the same fellow flock together. I know that birds with the same fellow do flock together, but not all the time. Birds with different fellows also do flock together sometimes, right? That's what I believe. So again, I don't Roland Clarke has been a politician or a government official for a long time, right? And to your point, the accuser is not an outsider. The accuser is an insider and an assisting executive or assistant to him for that matter. So the fact that we are looking on both sides of the story, both sides, accusing somebody, you're going to have some sort of proof towards your accusation, right? Because even if you are trying to get your boss fired so that you can occupy the position, you're not going to do that just on lies. You're going to have to present something to...
Perkins, the argument is not solid. Again, it's not only Dr. Clarke alone. The group of people here, the woman were not serving all the capacity at the same time. So Patrick made an argument and is there upon arrival. All right?
Right.
She doesn't want to be the controller, the director, and the other positions, or the other people that were called. So we can't dismiss, again, I don't want you guys to minimize the magnitude because she made the complaint and the LACC, they initiated an investigation. They found validity to it, and then they took it to the court. And the court now issue an arrest warrant. Come on, there's something to it. There's a truism to what the woman is conveying to the public or to the LACC. You can't dismiss. You guys can bring that down.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the woman, she's not a regular woman. She herself, she's an executive of that particular organization. So she's not going to accuse her boss on just lies. She must have presented some sort of proof to the LACC in order for him to have gotten indicted. Now, being indicted by the LACC is one thing, and going through the court procedure is another thing. I don't know why he was the arrest warrant was issued. Maybe the court requested his appearance and he refused, or maybe that was why. But we are just going to give our opinion on the situation because none of us has insider information, so we cannot say for sure that this lady that accusing Roland Clarke, she's lying because she wants to occupy a Roland Clarke position. And from what you're saying too as well, it makes sense. Roland Clarke is not the only individual who has been implicated in this saga. Roland Clarke and few other individuals. So even when she's trying to take Roland Clarke position, what about all the other positions that are being accused of those individuals? She also want to occupy those positions. Maybe that is not the case. Maybe those people are connected with Roland Clarke and they and Roland Clarke are in cahoots. So she cannot bring Roland Clarke alone down and these people stay in power. So she got to bring the entire clique down. And then once she takes power, she can position our own people into those places. That could be another scenario. But regardless, right? Until the court actually go and do the proper investigation and do their findings and find this man guilty or not guilty, it is not a good thing for him as a government official to be, first of all, accused of embezzlement by your colleagues. That is a bad news for him, honestly. But maybe, who knows, maybe the information that they got, it could be that something went wrong, that maybe the lady did not understand how the money was appropriated, so she felt that it was misappropriated. Maybe they could clarify that to the court or not. But again, for me, I'm not really excited with those these kinds of cases because they, at the end of the day, they don't serve the Liberian people interest and they don't yield any meaningful result for the nation as a whole. But we just hope that the court does the right thing and do the proper investigation and interrogation and
Yeah, all right. If any of you have something else to go, or Patrick, you have any thoughts to go ahead so we can transition to the next topic, please.
Yes, so my final thought on this issue is that the argument that people are guilty by association or aggression is transferred, that assertion is erroneous and misinforms the public. And I think the Clarke, in a sense, is presumably guaranteed by the Constitution. And whatever has been said or reported against him has a political undertone. But whatever means or way, he will be vindicated in whatever case that is called against him. He's a claimant. I mean, he's a patriot. He has dedicated most of his life to public service and to the service of this nation, to God and to humanity. If you meet the man we're talking about here today, or if you have read about him today, definitely you would not even think that he could even go as low as, stealing 200,000 or 300,000 has been alleged. So that Clarke is one of Liberia's most successful figures, and we are very proud of him. We are proud that he cast a SINOE. We are proud that, he's a Sabo man. We are proud that, he has placed, our map, he has kept our flag flying very high. So let's leave it at that. We can go to the next talking point.
All right, yeah, there's my closing thought on the topic. I am proud that Dr. Clarke went to school and obtained higher education. I'm very proud of him. I'm proud that he was able to take care of his family. But I am not proud that he was given a national job and he has now been brought to the public for alleged corruption. I'm not proud of that. I don't know about Patrick, but I'm not proud. Again, I will make the argument in closing. If your friend number one was indicted and your friend was indicted, taken to court and declared guilty, and your friend number two was also indicted, and now yourself, you're also indicted, there is a pattern here, all right? I will not be around people who are drinking 24/7, and I'm not a drunkard, I'm not Shirley who wants to carry people to heaven and want to convert people to stop drinking. No, it is not my job. If you want to drink, I am finding me different friends. If I'm in school, my major is to be a philosopher, I'm not going to hang out with scientists. We're not in the same area, okay? I'm not going to hang out with people who are doing sociology when I want to be a doctor. No, we are not in the same league, okay? Dr. Clarke Patrick is telling me he's a clean man. My partner is saying, I'm wishy-washy on this, also because the judicial system in Liberia is not fair. And Shirley also been incredulous. But that's how you put the esoteric. I am saying, for the fact that you are consistently with Rose, or at least one who was guilty, and this person is your friend, you have 24/7, you even campaign for the man to be a senator for your county. Oh no! That friend of yours was taken to court and declared guilty. But you say, you know what? I will vote for you to go back so you can steal the people money. Oh no, Dr. Clarke's hands are soiled. His hands are not clean. For the fact that he wants a friend who was declared guilty to be our senator, to be re-elected. And the other guy who now was also accused of Milton Theatre. Even though, because I don't want to go into other things right now. But Romeo Kuya is hanging around because of something. And I don't want to go into that right now. All right? But Dr. Clarke, I'll be happy when you declare not guilty. But I am sad today being the spokesperson of the people of SINOE County. For another son of SINOE County to be in the news for corruption. I am deeply, deeply saddened. I am crestfallen and I'm disappointed in my children that are supposed to be the role model for the young ones that are coming up, and they are consistently in the news for alleged embezzlement. For stealing a big word, let's put a big word there. We teach our children, they will tell their children at home, do not steal. Do not take what does not belong to you. But then they will be doing it when they are in office, or allegedly, they will be doing it. All right? So let's use the legal jargon here. Why is it that you are teaching your children to do that which is right? But now when you are in public office, they entrust you with their resources. And you know what? That thing you're teaching your children, it goes in the drain. No, you don't need that anymore. Oh, no. So people can accuse me, and they say, oh, you hate Roland Clarke, and you this, that, and the other. I don't hate anybody. When I was dealing with Milton TJ, I didn't say I hate Milton TJ. No. The same people were clapping for me. But today now, our own son has been caught. You know what? I told you guys, that's how you put it esoteric. I'm the Socrates of SINOE County. I'm the Garfly. I will make you vex. Because that which you will be dodging, that's what I will say. It will make you vex. Whether you my ma, you my pa, you my auntie, you my friend, you my president, when you are inside, I'm not the one that put the information out to the public. Once it comes out, of course, I will get my opinion on it. All right? That what the philosopher called Frederick Nietzsche, he said, there are no facts, only interpretations. I'm giving my interpretation to what is happening. Milton TJ is corrupt. He was declared guilty. Romeo Kuya was indicted together with Milton TJ. And now Roland Clarke, who is friends to those two guys, has not been caught. Come on, somebody refute my argument here. The guy's hands are dirty. He's not a clean man. I will not tell Shirley to befriend Dr. Clarke or to befriend Romeo Kuya or befriend TJ. No. I'll be suspicious of Shirley. I want you to be in the company of the good ones. To be a good example to people. You are a leader, and you're telling me, say, you know what? Yeah, I can hang out with Ro, but I'm not a Ro. You got Ro tendency in you. That's why you are hanging out with Rose. If you're not a Ro, what are you doing? When you are not a pedophile, you will not molest children. Why are you hanging out with people that molest children? Why? Why are you doing that? When you are not a rapist, why are you hanging out with rapists? And my partner say, Gil, can I be transferred? I'm not doing transferring. I'm not transferring the sin of Romeo Kuya and Milton TJ to Dr. Clarke. But I'm saying there is a pattern. He loves what the guys are doing. That's why he is with them. That's what I'm saying. All right, guys. Yeah, when I get that, so you put the esoteric starter here. Let transition to the next thing, because we will not be on the same page on this one. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for following us. Your opinion counts. If you want to opine on anything that we are saying here, feel free. We got the number here. The banner, we'll put a banner on the number right there. You can call it 267-886-0651. We'll take your call, 886 or 267-886-0651. We'll take your call. All right? The phone is right before me here. All right, so now let's go to the next thing here, guys. Which have to do with this, the bill of our lawmaker, Alexander Noah. Mr. Noah has a new bill. You know, he looks at it, man. I mean, he will start a job. You didn't finish the first one, then you start another job again. Not too long ago, our lawmaker, Mr. Noah, proffered his bill to reduce the age, the voting age right now is 25. Alexander Noah said, why is it that you are eligible to drink alcohol, but you can't be a leader? So they should reduce the eligibility age to become a representative. Let's bring it to 16. Let's bring it down to 15. All right. That's the first bill he proffered. That bill right now, we don't know the status of that bill. Mr. Noah has proffered another bill for vocational education. I mean, on the surface, superficially, it's a good thing. Okay, I'm not against it. I think we need technical and vocational education. Okay, on the surface, it's a good thing. All right, but there are issues with it. I want to get your view for it. But here is the communication. I will put other information up there. That is the cover page for the bill. An act to establish the Joazon Vocational and Technical Institute, JVTI 2026, Republic of Liberia, submitted by Honorable Dr. Alex Honeyball Noah, Representative District Number 3, SINOE County. Okay, that's the cover of the bill proffered by our lawmaker. And now, so on the House of Representatives website, this is what they posted on our Facebook page, if you like. They say the House mandates committees to review bill creating technical and vocational institution in SINOE County. The House of Representatives has mandated its Committee on Education and Public Administration, Ways, Means, and Finance, and Judiciary to review a draft bill seeking the creation of the technical and vocational institution in SINOE County. The decision of plenary was triggered by the submission of the draft legislation by SINOE County Electoral District Number 3, Representative Honorable Alex Honeyball Noah. The proposed legislation titled An Act to Establish the Joazon Vocational and Technical College seeks to expand access to technical and vocational education in SINOE County with the aim of enhancing skills development, employment opportunities, and human capacity building for young people and citizens of SINOE County. And the other details follows that, okay? So that's, I want to give, that's the bill itself. I mean, that's not the content, but what it posted on the website. But this one right here, there was the reasons that Mr. Noah gave for the bill. You know, it was published on his Facebook page. So they gave some reasons for which Joazon was selected, right? All right, so let's look at the reason that Mr. Noah gave us, and you guys, I will bring you in, and I will give my thought. You know, I get thoughts on everything too as well, like you. So this is what Mr. They say, why Joazon District, Biddable Creek City? That's the question. So now they want to answer the question for us. Number one, strategic location. Okay, they say they selected Joazon for the vocational school because the location is strategic. Joazon geographical position makes it an accessible hub for surrounding communities, enabling a wider demographic to benefit from the educational opportunities. So what I'm hearing here is Vubadi is not strategic. Pelican is not strategic. Degwestown is not strategic. I mean, all the other towns, the Putu is not strategic. Pine Town is not strategic. Joazon, Biddable Creek is the only place that is strategic, okay? That's the reason. Economic potential. Okay, that's another reason they gave. The district is rich in natural resources and has untapped potential in agriculture and small-scale manufacturing. A specialized vocational institution can equip residents and citizens with ED3. That's two. Number three, addressing unemployment and skill gaps. Number four, promoting educational equity. 5, historical opportunity for development. Okay, those are the reasons they gave. I don't want to read the whole thing, but I want to get a reaction. First of all, guys, let me bring the veteran general Patrick first. Patrick, I mean, the timing is the bill is a prudent. If so, why do we? I mean, do we need it? I would say, yeah, we need it, but why is that the man sponsor the first bill, he did not go through, and now he proffered another one? So let me get your thought, you know, on generally speaking.
Yeah, and so if a newborn baby is dead or dies eventually, like complications, it does not stop. I mean, the man from doing his homework again to bring forth another baby.
Okay, very good.
So, yeah. So, on the overall, and politics aside, disagreement aside, I mean, I made his inimical leadership style. And, you know, the idea is good. The concept is good. Maybe, let me, for better words, let me say it is an art of innovation. It is a good thinking. And, you know, but I'm surprised that it's happening this way. I'm surprised. And why am I surprised? You see, when a leader makes an intention or declares an intention to contest for public office, whether it's in Liberia or it's in Europe, it's in Asia, it's in North or South America, they paint down what they intend to do through what is called a platform. And your platform or your manifesto will detail what you want to do. For example, you say, okay, I will look at education as a priority when I'm elected. Then you write down education. Education in what terms? Informal and formal. How do you intend to do it? Your platform will explain how you will do it. And you know, the medium, okay? And sometimes the basic framework that needs to be laid down. So your platform will say it. You say, okay, I will tackle infrastructure deficit. The platform will explain it as well. Agriculture and food security, everything that you intend to do, the platform will state it. And when you begin to do those things, to execute those plans indicated in your platform, the citizens definitely will know that the lawmaker is working. They will know that the leader is working. However, in the case of Noah, he categorically made it clear. In fact, of all the candidates that took part in the election, so far, he was the only candidate that got no platform. And not that he had no platform only, but he went on a national platform to admit that platforms make no sense in elections. Not that also he said that he also bashed existing laws. He said, "Oh, what happened to all the laws are on the book?" He said, "New laws are not the problems affecting Liberia." He said, "New laws, bills, and other stuff there are not the problems affecting Liberia, because there are laws on the book that have not been implemented or executed. There are things, you know." So the question now is, why? So you see, when you, as a leader, if you find to be a leader, you must think before you talk, because what you say tomorrow will haunt you. So now you say bills are not important, laws are not important. It's not part of the agenda because there are laws on the book already. Why create a bill? Why introduce a bill to create a technical college? If this was not important, why introduce a bill to reduce the age of people? So now the point here is, I applaud him for the idea, for the innovation, for the leadership. But I think he should have started somewhere. He should have started somewhere. And where should he have started? He should have started with the Johnson Central High School. Go to Toberville, there's a high school there. You can start from there too. Go to Pinetown, maybe there's a high school in Pinetown. You can also start from there too. Maybe you can start and go to Tajuwon. You have the J. Methodist High School there, and other high schools are there. You can start from there. And how can he start from there? In Greenville, there is no technical college in Greenville. All right? But what happened? Through oversight, go to the Ministry of Education, go to the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and you say, you know what? I have 5 districts, but 3 districts that have high schools. The Youth Rising Project, I want the Youth Rising Project. The Youth Rising Project builds the one of the modern technical institutions you can ever imagine in a republic, right on the campus of the SINOE High School. It is there. So the Youth Rising Project on the Ministry of Youth and Sports with support from the Education Ministry and the UN and United Nations Youth Organization, a kind of modern technical institution there called the SINOE TV. It is there. That place is catering to almost everybody. It was because of that institution, Councillor Chie even closed down, derailed from his initial intention to run a vocational institution here in Morrowville. It was because of that. So, to start up, go to the Ministry of Education.
Please.
Yeah. To start up, use our site, go to the Ministry of Information and Education, Ministry of Youth and Sports. They can now say, okay, you know what, we are launching a youth rising project on at the Bedouin Creek or the Johnson Central High School there. We can start from there. We can go to Tobalville, we can go to Taiwan, we can go to other places, and we can start from there. And by that, you build the capacity of that school already. That school has no teachers. That school is in dilapidation. Students still sitting on bare floors to learn. I don't know. I don't know really. So if Johnson Central High School, it faces so much deficit in terms of what it requires to be a learning institution, and it's in neglect of that, then I don't know what becomes of what this technical institution is going to be like. But I think it's a good idea overall, and I must say yes. He acted very smartly.
Shirley, let's get your view. Is it apt what Patrick said when the high schools in Joison, they don't have chairs in them to propose and ask for vocational school? What do you make of it?
First, I want to address some things that Patrick said. Patrick started off with some parable that I can paraphrase right now. Basically telling you that if someone failed in one project or stuff, doesn't mean
when the baby dies, you gotta go to work again and make
they mean that you can go to work again and produce another child, right? And then I feel like going through, his point, he kind of contradicted himself too, because now he's talking about the same individual saying that because he came out as a representative or saying that, I'm not running on any platform, or I don't have anything that I stand for, basically, again, I can paraphrase him, doesn't give excuse him from not putting a bill on the table for his people. So, and I just want to clarify that, but I think this is great. This is actually great because this bill is kind of like investment for a skill-based education for our young people, because it will create a pathway for young people to have employment, right? Employment without relying solely on traditional education. So it will also establishing that will also give them the opportunity to be able to have a job, a place that they too can get income from. So they don't have to necessarily go and be a lawyer or doctor. They can have like those little skills that will help them to be able to feed their family. It will also, I feel like it's not only good for the surrounding, because I don't know SINOE per se to be like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be in the Johnson district, it's supposed to be to display. But the fact that he is creating, or he has the mindset to create jobs for the young people, that's great. That's the first thing, because we need to point out the good thing first and then criticize later. But if we are here like, first of all, this man put a bill on the floor.
Shirley, that one will have the panelists, you can be the positive one. And so we have different views. But go ahead. Yeah.
But I see like if they build a properly funded and managed, the institution could help reduce youth unemployment. And then they can boost local entrepreneurship, right? People can be business people without going into like classroom to learn to be a lawyer or doctor. It could also support long-term employment in Liberia within or among the youth. So if you ask me, it is a good thing. It's a great way to go. And then I also want to say that yes, this man now this is his second bill. So let's assume the first one did not go through. We pray that this won't go through because that means that he is a leader who is thinking about his people. He's thinking about the young people. And so I want to say good job to him. I don't know him, but good job.
All right, Perkins, how do you say it? What say you?
First of all, Patrick said when Sonny Ball was running, the people asking for a platform. He said, I don't need platform to help my people. So now Sonny Ball is a representative. He's now enjoying the fruit of being a representative. So Sonny Ball wants to run again. He wants to go back when next election. So he said, you know what? I have to have something to talk about. I cannot, maybe an opposition will be running with me and they will say, since you've been in the house for the last 2 years or so and so year, have you ever put for any bill? Maybe that will be a question that the opposition will ask me. So, you know what, let me just put anything on the table. Maybe I can get a support. So he put a first bill on the table. He said, 16-year-old should get employed. The people said, take that thing from here. He said, okay, you now we want to build a technical college in what a district need again?
Drazan.
In Drazan district. I'll come up. Now, when it comes to the strategic location of Drazan, myself, I thought that Drazan is more closer to Greenville than Vubadi and Putu. That's what I thought. I'm not sure if that is true, but that's what I thought. I thought Drazan was always closer to Greenville itself than these other bigger cities. But regardless, according to their research, they are saying that Drazan has a lot of resources that can be tapped into when they take a technical college over there. I don't think you necessarily need a technical college in a particular district in order for you to extract the resources if you do have them there, right? But the bill in itself is a good idea. I've been one of the guys since I came into the United States. I learned the first thing that technical education is more important and reliable than traditional education, like what Shirley says. So, and for that reason, I got myself involved into a lot of different technical activities, and because I've been doing that, and I've seen the fruit of it, and I've always advocated for that for our Liberian youth. Instead of this one LU where everybody goes and learn economics, they learn political science, they learn accounting, and then when they get the reason why we have all of this going on in our country, when these children get out of school with all these degrees of political science, they have to work in government. So the only source of employment now will be seeking government job. But if you actually build a technical schools where they learn different skills, carpentry, construction, sewing, whatever, when they get out of those schools with those skills and certificates, they will not be waiting to go get in government office. They will actually go and use their hands to get employment in the private sector. So technical education is very vital to any developing nation. So Sonny Ball idea of building a technical college in SINOE County is a good thing. But then on the other hand, like what Patrick said, there are few other high schools that are in the same region that barely have chairs for the students to sit in. So now, if we cannot sustain the high schools that we have there, if we are unable to physically and financially sustain them, how are we going to be able to sustain the technical college? We jumping over the high school and go straight to the technical college. The technical college is a good thing. But can that bill be revisited so that the high schools that are dilapidated can be included into it, so they can be renovated, so they can have some sort of resources going to them to find chairs and find teachers for those schools? Or you can't just abandon them and go straight to technical college, because if you do that, that will show us that the same way you saw these high school and you abandon them, that the same way when you establish the technical college, you will abandon it later. So the technical college in itself is a good idea, but the high school and the middle schools are there that are not functioning. Why are we passing over them and going straight to the technical college? It almost like when the sedition came, they say, "Oh, we have say free tuition for the university student," and people, "Oh yeah, that's a good thing." And so, first of all, Liberian people try to model their system from America. Only the wrong ones. We live in America from middle school all the way to high school is free. Now, when you want to go to college now, then you go for student loan or grant or blah, 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 because you have achieved, you have acquired the fundamental education. So if you don't want to pursue further college education, you can still sustain by the high school credentials. So that fundamental education is what is important. That's what you should be fighting to make free. When you reach college level now, you already have the fundamental. If you want to follow it, go ahead. If not, you find a technical skills. But you jump out, you leave all the children that cannot pay their school fee from first grade to or 12th grade. You say you keep struggling. But then the people that already finished passing that level, you go to the college, you say you shouldn't pay tuition. That was, for me, that was upside down in my Liberian tune. You know what I mean?
All right. Franklin, let me come in here. So again, we'll have a major topic that's still outstanding. So thanks for your talk. Shirley, you spoke already, right? All right, cool. All right. I should start this way, right? Let me do it this way. Sorry, guy. All right. So, number one problem that I would want to point out is what I call the Dwazonization of development in SINOE County. Dwazonization of development. I mean, just last week, two or 3 weeks ago, I should say, I analyzed a speech given by our lawmaker, Mr. Noah. And in that speech, the mayor unveiled a couple of developments or projects that he wants to undertake. Those projects were for Dwazon, like you call it, Taijuan. I mean, those same areas, right? So, every time I listen to our lawmaker, it's about Dwazon. It's about Taijuan. And when you listen to the CMA, he will say the district number 3 has 5 statutory districts. But every time he speaks, it's Dwazon, it's Taijuan. Okay? So I call that the Dwazonization of development. That's how I call that. Now, let me go to something, Patrick. I posted some article in the chat room. You guys maybe never had the time to read it, but I think this is essential for us to read. All right, before we come to the issue that Noah is pursuing right now. Okay, the article from Destiny News, and it was composed by Maya Sadie. Okay, it was dated today, basically 8 hours ago. So it says here, SINOE County, January 2026. Okay, it says here, the persistent shortage of trained and adequate teachers across Liberia's southeast has again been brought to national attention as Professor P.S. William, a concerned resident and education advocate, has formally written the Ministry of Education. Okay, this is what I expected Sonny Boy Noah to do. Okay, to write the relevant ministry and say, you know what, we don't have teachers. We don't have, as a matter of fact, the teachers we have, they are not trained. Okay, there's a reason why I'm reading the piece, Patrick. Just listen to me, Shirley. I say, has formally written the Ministry of Education, Dr. Jesud Mali Jala, requesting urgent government intervention in struggling schools in SINOE County. In a letter dated January 15, 2026, Professor William commended the minister for efforts made so far to keep schools operational despite national challenges, but raised serious concerns about the deteriorating state of education in parts of electoral district number 3, SINOE County, particularly at J.N. George Elementary School in Ware Town, Taijuan District, and Joasson Central Junior and Senior High School in Biddable Creek, Joasson District. Okay, listen to this. They say, according to Professor William, during a recent visit to San County, assessments and discussions with local residents and school administrators revealed alarming conditions at J.N. George Elementary School. The principal reportedly disclosed that the school currently has only 2 teachers, managing an enrollment of more than 90 students. Listen to that. It goes on to say the situation worsened after 2 volunteer teachers withdrew their services following the suspension of GVL salary support, leaving the school severely understaffed. Listen, it goes on to say the situation at Joasson Central. Listen to this. This is very important. The situation at Joasson Central Junior and Senior High School is equally troubling. Professor William disclosed that 15 Swinian students who sat the West African Swinian School Certificate Examination, WACS, last year all failed. All the students, Shirley, that took the WACS or the WACS exam, all of them failed. They flunked. But our lawmaker is now focusing on vocational and technical education. Shirley, the first thing before you even think of vocational and technical education, give the children the foundational education. When you get good, solid elementary, middle school, and senior high education, you can make it anywhere. All right? So, but the foundation, the children is not good. They are now failing. All of them, one person did not pass. But Noah is turning his back on that. And you're going to vocational education. Shirley, how well thought out is this plan? When the people are failing in the district, in this very area that you are talking, the children cannot pass the West African examination. But you are talking about technical college. Now, let's listen to something. The reason I posted the question, right? I said, vocational school or another political project. All right. Let's listen to Mr. Noah himself, right? Why he said that's the reason why I posted that question. Okay. Vocational school or another political project. Okay, let's play the video from Mr. Noah. All right. I don't know the exact one, but I'll play a couple and I think one of them is the right one. It's short.
Where and everybody sing on and everybody can just come. And even historically, all of the districts that are now statutory districts that are being commemorated to be District 3, they came from in Joasson District. Joasson District was the first statutory district in the district. You get me? Mm-hmm. But every government can create a different statutory district. So we have 5, but it knows that Joasson District is the order. So based on that and being in the center, we try to say, because we cannot say District 3, right? Then our electoral team. So we just say Joasson District Vocational School, but it benefits every statutory district.
Yes, so before colleagues.
That's here giving reason why he selected that location. Number one, it's one of the oldest, or is the oldest in the whole place. All the other districts, they came from it, so it's to call the argument for oldness, or like you call senility, argument for old age, so that's the argument. What happened? Go ahead.
He made a really great point, though. He said that district is in the middle. So
yeah, so I'm coming to that. That's one point he made too. So he says it's in the middle. I agree. So if by that argument, that means when we're doing development in Liberia, we got to look at the area in Liberia that is in the middle. Maybe Banga or wherever is in the middle, we'll go see to it, the development there. So the argument from middleness is not a strong argument. Okay, you are already dedicated, or you promised to undertake project in that same area already. So why you can we're talking about decentralization. The reason they got the Ministry of Internal Affairs is to decentralize development. But Sonny Boy Noah is centralizing development. Okay, so
why
that's
would
an
you
issue.
say that though? Because if somebody is saying, okay, now I only have, let's say I only have the ability to do just one thing, but there's one thing that I have the ability to do, I want like 4 or 5 different surrounding to benefit from that. So let me think where I should put it, where it will be easier for someone to drive from the Drason or the Chelutan and go over to that district.
Yes, so you opine. Let me finish with my thought, then you can come. We can have a discussion on that, right?
Okay,
I like the fact that you're engaging, but this is what I wanted to say, right? So again, you represent 5 statutory districts. Drason is one of the statutory districts. The fact that it's the oldest does not mean your project should be concentrated in that area. It has to be decentralized. You already carry bus there. You say, oh, they should transport the children from here and there. All the other places they were abandoned. You also promised to build a high school there again in the same area, and then the technical college again. You build it there. Why you can't take it to another area? Okay, so it's an issue. So the argument from centrality is now also fair. If you want to make that again, then all will look for region in Liberia that is in the center, and will build all the projects so everybody can go there. Okay, so that's an issue that I have with the proposal. But there's a reason why I asked that question again. Let me play maybe it's a video. Listen to this.
So seeing the need by preferring this bill, I think even before coming on the floor, I've done some level of due diligence and respectability being paid to our colleagues, so that I can get an approbation in passing this bill. Also, the Senate, looking at our senators being the elder and knowing that education is a pathway to the development, sustaining even the infrastructure that we envisage, for our country in terms of development. You have to have young people with a mindset in terms of NGO setting, project assessment, and needs assessment is important. So even most of my political projects that I'm doing is being executed based on the interest.
We can't hear you, just so you know. We can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Well, we can hear you now. First, we couldn't. Yeah.
You can't hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, you hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
So the man just said most of my political projects that I'm doing. So NOAA is not actually undertaking project for development or to help our people. Those are political projects. What that means is, Shirley, if you're undertaking political projects, you are sustaining it as a politician. So when you leave, guess what? Those projects, they die because they are not for the community. You are not giving it to the community. You are just doing it politically so that you can get elected. So most of my political projects, so that's why I asked the question, vocational school or another political project. NOAA is undertaking political projects in SINOE, and that's why he is centering. Because my thinking is, if you see Lofa County right now, it's one of the counties with large population. So, also called the bread basket of Liberia when we were younger. What food used to come from there. They produce a lot of food from there. So what President Boakai and his team doing right now, they try to build roads in Lofa County so that the farmers will be able to produce and bring their produce to town. Okay. So if you look at district number 3, Drason, where Sonny Boy Noah is focusing, does not have the highest population. Okay. So if you go to Putu, you go to the Sincon, those areas, as a matter of fact, the Sincon area has the highest population over there. All right. But NOAA development, again, is Dwasonization of development. So it concentrated in the area that is less populated. Okay. It's less so one would think that, okay, where you have the larger population, maybe you'll carry some projects there. But the areas are abandoned. NOAA is only focusing on Drason. And he was not elected to be a representative of Drason. He's not a representative, part of it, but he's a representative of district number 3, which comprises of 5 statutory districts. So why only focusing on that? So, we have a serious problem here. You see, and I think Patrick hinted at it earlier. Let me bring Patrick by his birthday, sorry. So Patrick talked about it earlier. You see, Shirley, when you come and the people ask you, what is your plan? And you say, I don't have plan because the people I'm leading or I will be leading, they don't know how to read and write. You're starting on the wrong. So that what Sonny Boy Noah is having all these problems. From the beginning, they ask me what's your plan. He said the people get read. So I don't need plan. When I read plan, they will not read it. They are not literate. In other words, that's what he's saying, he's telling the people. All right. So now he is doing this guesswork. Guess what he's doing? He brought the first bill for 17-year-old and 16-year-old to be represented so they can reduce the age from 25. That one failed. So now he jumped on vocational school. You know, they try an error method. They play again, like you guys said. I mean, it's a good idea theoretically, but it is not well thought out. When the children in the high school are failing, they can't pass WIAC. All right, all the 15 students that went for the WIAC last year, all of them failed. But you are going to vocational school. So when they can't pass WIAC, that vocational school test they will pass. When they can't pass WIAC, they can't graduate properly from high school. All right. So we got to get the foundation of the children right before Noah will be taking your political projects. All right. The man is a politician, so he's doing political projects in SINOE County. And this is a problem. And that is why some of us who told you before. This guy who said what Sonny Bob no one can do, Shirley can't do it because Shirley is not a man. It's a problem. Okay? I told you guys from the beginning.
Yeah, let me ask a question.
Woman can do what man can do. Man can do what woman can do what man can do. And that's what you have now. Your man is doing guess what? He draws announcing all the development in SINOE County. Drassonization. That's what's going on right now. All the argument for old age. Drasson is old, and therefore everything should be for Drasson. Drasson is in the center, and therefore everything should go to Drasson. The people all the way to Sincon that are not closer to Drasson, they should walk because no car roll in the first place. One would think that the prophet said the proximity to Drasson is closer to Greenville. The children from Drasson, they have access to vocational school because they got vocational school in Greenville. But the people that are in the other Junko towns, so the boy know I say, you know, when you don't get car road going to your place, you don't get bus, you don't get vocational school, nothing. I mean, and this is what we call the inequity of Sonny Boy Noah. The man is very, very unfair, and I told you before, the man is a political sectionalist. The man believes in one-sidedness. He's not. I mean, look at what he's saying. Johnson also let take care of Johnson.
Well, I'll let you talk.
Hold on, God, you know how your time. Let me my time small.
Well, no, you don't have your
time. Shirley, hold on. The man, we had a teleconference with their brother. The man has not all they play with a larger population. The man has not put one solar panel there. Then the man can't be a chess. I electrify my mountain, and I have no apology for that. Two. What are you telling us here?
So my question is Sonny Boy Noah from Drasson?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay. Now I see.
Yeah, that's where he's from. So everything should be Drassonized.
So another thing is though, even though that's a great point that all the 15 students that went for the last year or year after WIAC, none of them passed the WIAC. But wire testing is different from regular high school material. Anyway, we know that. So you don't necessarily that test cannot disqualify you from being able to get into.
Listen to me. I get that. I mean, you're making a point, but guess what? In the U.S., when you say you graduate high school in the U.S. and you come from Africa, you say you graduate, they will need your white document before you can enroll into college. If you want to further your education in the U.S. They honor that. They don't get time for your high school document from Liberia. They have to see your WIAC certificate that you passed WIAC.
Oh, but that's a new thing they are doing now. Because
because it's the West African examination, so it assesses the ability of the student. So when you enroll in college, you want the WIAC certificate, and our children cannot pass.
They do have here. I guess I got a name. The assessment test that they will give you here. If you say that I was in the first grade or whatever grade, or I graduated, they will give you an assessment test and they will place you where from your scorecard and how they will place you. But they are not informed about a specific testing called WIAC in Liberia. No, they will not.
They know. Justin, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they do. They do.
But nobody asked me for a WIAC paperwork when I came here. I went to high school here.
You said I'm not talking about high school. I'm talking about college.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So, guys, if you are in a talk, let's go to the last talking point. If somebody has something to say, or else
before we go to the last talking point, and I understand you said he is from Drasson, but I think clearly he made a point that the reason why he's having it in Drasson is the fact that the other places are closer to Drasson, and he's having it there so they can have access because Drasson is in the middle. And another thing that I want to say, you know, I love your point you're making, since that you are so passionate about, you know, trying to put your point across. I absolutely love that. But you're talking about like the wire and the foundation of our children. Actually, that's the first thing that anyone should focus on. But this man, let's assume, right? He's saying that, okay, because most of the students did not pass the wire exam.
All of them failed. Not most. All of them.
All of them failed the wire
Yes.
exam.
Yeah.
What other opportunity can I create for them so they can still be able to be employed? So he came up with a vocational school. So I think either way, as a leader, he's thinking outside of the box. He's not there yet, but let's give him credit for just thinking outside of the box and focusing on the younger, the youth in SINOE County.
And in addition to Shirley's, okay, we always had this saying here, and I learned that in E. Jonathan Goodrich when I went to E. Jonathan Goodrich. They used to call all Gary and Shuka because our uniform were wearing khaki and white. So we're in the afternoon school, so nobody respect us. They call Boakai student because we go out, Boakai line can be long. Now, what I ended up learning from in that school was the same curriculum was being taught in all the public schools or all the schools in Liberia, right? But students were failing because they were not learning the material themselves. So it wasn't that the material was different or the information wasn't being taught to the student. The student just did not observe the information, right? So if you go to a wire and you fail, then that should be on you. That should not be on the institution. You did not study according to what the wire presented, right? But besides
that's a flawed argument. That's a flaw. If you see, when you're a teacher, you know how we measure your success by the success of the students. So if you taught a student and all of them failed, you are not a good teacher. Yeah, it's just the success of the teacher or the students is depending on the teaching style of the professor, right? So that why even in college, the people will be teaching and you have observer that come in the classroom to observe how the professor is teaching you, you know, because they have their bosses too. They want to know how you're teaching the children. So if you give a test and all the students fail in the class, you are doing something wrong. All right. So Shirley, I mean, the argument that Sonny Boy Noah, the argument is cogent. The argument is impure and anemic. And the reason is you cannot say that the article that I just read, the teachers are not there, they are not trained, the children are failing, but you say, you know what? Oh, send the children can pass wire exam. Let's send the flunky to the vocational school. What are you saying here? The children can pass high school level, but you say, you know what? Let them go learn computer science in a technical school. Think about that thing you're saying.
No, but
let them go do electricity. They can understand the science of electricity. When they can pass high school level, a technical school is an upgraded level from high school, you know. So if you cannot pass the high school level, then you want to promote the person to the higher level. What are you doing? You know, so then you are building people with weak foundation. That's what you are doing. The foundation is what makes the house stronger. It's not the higher education that you want to give the person.
Esoteric.
Yes, sir.
Who have already failed on the high school level through the WIAC system, right? What you can say, okay, you're going to stay in here. You're not taking second WIAC. So you're going to stay in high school or in the 12th grade until you pass WIAC before you can move on. No. And what you should understand, most of us, our students, when I started, how old was that? The children used to call me first grade grandpa. So you should also understand we never had
the foundation
schooling. So some of these
people, all right, guys, what we do before we go to the last step, I think there's some interaction going on it. So let's see some of the comments, if you don't mind. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so some of them are longer, so I'll kind of put us backstage and see what the people are saying. So I started from the bottom. The Francess Panto said, Madam, Mrs. Matthew Zarza Madison, go after my brother because if you, I don't know what she's saying, I have all the proof.
I think she said because of you. You want me to read it?
Yeah, you can read it. Go ahead.
Okay, so Matthew Zaza Madison go after my brother because of you, I guess.
No,
And
it's
I
just
have,
because if.
yeah, but I say I'm reading it the way I know she was saying. Because
Okay.
of you. I have all the proof when he attacked my brother 2023 for not supporting you. So the reason he is going after Dr. Clarke aggressively is because of you. If he continued to attack my brother, I will never back off from his family too.
Okay, very good. All right. So, you see, the evidence that Madam Francis claimed to have against me, the evidence are very, very flaccid. They are weak like wedding cake, you know. I mean, it's sad that you see Dr. Clarke, you know, when two men they have a conversation, and the other part of myself, or I mean, Shirley, I'm not trying to be misogynistic here, but I just try to make a point, right? So Justin and myself will have a conversation, man-to-man conversation, and Justin took that information and carried it to his sister. What does that make you to be? Two men, Dr. Clarke and myself, will have a conversation about the politics of Sano County, and the boy cannot. Let me not call him boy. Think about it. The young man cannot stand the strength of my argument. And he went and reported it to his sister. You see, that's a weak man. So that the conversation that what President Maya calling evidence she got proof against. No, it's not attack. I debunked every argument that he made. That one made you vex. We used to talk. That one made you angry because you will not come and make weak argument. You cannot say, okay, Zaza did not support Romeo, for example, right? The way he said, even though Zaza financially supported Romeo. But the same man who said Zaza did not support Romeo, you know what he did? He did not support Romeo. You will not see any campaign, any campaign supporting Romeo. But he said Zaza did not support Romeo. Therefore, you will support TJ. But where is the evidence that you went in the trenches campaigning for Romeo Kuya? There is no evidence. So I debunked all those things, and he got there, and he went to his brother and sister, and what's he talking about here? No, man, Francis Maya, I am a man of justice. If you are saying the wrong thing, I will point it out. So I demolished, I decimated, annihilated all the weak arguments that the Clarke was making. And that's why he angry. He came to his sister. And, you know, that's why he demolished my argument. And so I'm talking to you again. Don't talk to me. I'm not here to be talked to. I'm here to say the truth. You cannot come to me and make weak argument and you don't expect it to be debunked. That's what I did to him. So that thing, Madam Clarke saying, she got proof, I talked to her brother. No, a man-to-man conversation. The man said he get doctorate degree. I said, okay, I don't get doctorate degree, but I have the ability, I have the intellectual ability to undermine the argument you're making. And I did that line by line. That's what I did. And now why she angry? Sorry, sis, if you're angry, but that's how I told you Sano County will be your new place. The idea of demonizing certain people, and you yourself, you are a demon, will not go. No. You didn't support Romeo Kuya. There is no campaign picture. There is nothing of financial evidence that Dr. Clarke can show that he supported Romeo Kuya. But he said, you know what? Zaza did not support Romeo. Therefore, I will support TJ who was declared guilty. And that's why I'm linking into corruption too. Because the man was declared guilty and he said, I will support the man. So see, you see why I'm going with this thing? The guys are always supporting my argument. So let's go to the next comment here. That was Madam Clarke venting your own. You are free to. You told your own, I told my own. That's Stanton now. We'll do it. Let's go to the next comment. Liberian student got a foundation issue. We can't get good education without the foundation of our student. I agree with you, Sion. That's so good. That's correct. We need to get a foundation correct. Let's see. You also said students or teachers were not prepared to face YGF. The student, the teachers are now up to the task and everything. We got to be right. So let's see the next comment here. I'm starting from the bottom to the top. Okay. So Mrs. Zaza said, Francis, you said I'm mean. Nobody has time for me. I never question or punish anyone for not supporting me because I do not subscribe to Moses' law or paying evil for evil. If you can deal with Madison, please do not say things about me that you cannot prove. You know nothing about me. Okay. So yeah, I mean, the idea of doing transfer aggression is just weak. Deal with that sayopode, esoteric, and leave Zaza alone. If you want to go to Zaza, that transfer aggression. Is that because you can't stand me? So you go to Zaza? No, deal with me. I'm right in front of you. I'm telling you, the brother has a strong tendency of corruption. That's why he is friend with Milton Teje, who are declared guilty. Friend with Romeo Kuya, who are indicted. That's the argument you should deal with. You know, go to Zaza. That's. I mean, come on, man. That's philosophy 101 here. They call red herring. You somebody make an argument, you leave it, you go somewhere else. No, don't do that. Now go to the next comment here. Y'all get Zaza, you put there with the calm down on Mr. Host. Okay. I'll take some deep breath. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, sometimes the pool can get me emotional. All right, let's go to the next comment. Francess said, Madam President, first of all, let respect. We can disagree and still be respectful. Okay. Mavi Zaza, you know, at least say Mr. Zaza, that would be good, you know. Let us not use our emotion here to kind of just talk to our leaders like that. You know, I will not just call you Francess Clarke Myers, Madam Francess Clarke President, Francess Clarke. I will still maintain your title. All right. Mrs. Clarke, you know, Mistress Panto, I'll maintain that. All right. Let's disagree respectfully. Mavi Zaza, I think you didn't read what I said. No, God, come on, man. Nobody said you indicted Dr. Clarke. I asked Madison a question. Your nephew problem with my brother is because he didn't support you. No! Plus, with or without Dr. Clarke's support, Zaza won election twice. So that thing is weak. 2 times. The man won without Dr. Clarke's support. So, I mean, the man's support is nothing. He supported, I mean, TJ, the TJ win. No, they beat TJ. So, I mean, Dr. Clarke's support is irrelevant. I asked him if everyone was forced to support you. Dr. Clarke has the right to support anyone he wants. Okay, that's right. I agree with that part of it. But I say, you know, what you are saying right now, the man supported, the man failed. The Quaker docket demolished the man. So the man support plus amount of the man support is nothing. I think Honorable Noah did a good work for the bill, and the elder always supporting Noah. So okay, that's fine. He has the right to do so. And the technical school ban in Johnson promotes decentralization. No, it's centralization. It's not decentralization. This is centralization. All right. All of the programs in Greenville, as some people may wish. On the other hand, like the Honorable said, Johnson is centrally located for this bill. No, it's not centrally located. It's not. Well, let's do the geographical coordinate. Why do we think a place that is closer to Greenville is in the center? Johnson is, if you have good road, less than an hour to Greenville, the capital city of the place. But I mean, how are the places that are more populated? So everything is about Johnson. All right. So let me go on the other hand, like the Honorable said, Johnson is centrally located for this bill. My only concern is that the bill seems to be political rather than being a needed project. All in all, the bill is good. Okay. So, I mean, something is political, but it's good. I don't know. I mean, a political project is not a good project. No. We need something that is well thought out, that will last long when Noah leaves. But a politically motivated, Noah will be sustaining, he will be doing everything. So you say political, but it's good. Okay. I'm following you from Greenville City, Sano County. Okay, thank you for following Hilton. Let me put the next one here. We got Mrs. Zaza. Francess, you know, when the man says Francess, he's an elder. The elder can call you by, that's a culture here. So it makes sense for him to say Francess and Lydia. The Lydia person, I will black that person because the person is a fake person. They're using fake profile to attack people that are scary person there. So Lydia, this is your last time I have access to this show until you pull your face on your account. You can't be hiding behind other people and you're making these different sections. So that person will be black. That real person, that scary person, weak person. Okay. Francess and Lydia, that man, as a matter of fact, acting a woman, you know, so that man, that weak person anyway. So instead, Francess and Lydia, please back off. I have nothing to do with Roland Clarke's indictment. Mr. Zaza, that But Dr. Clarke, who deputy, reported him. It has nothing to do with Zaza. That Sophia Reese reported, he said, you know, the man, I'm a deputy, but he is corrupt. All of them are working with, all of them corrupt. That the woman said that, and that's Zaza. So you get a long way to go. You must say will be all the player. The idea of going to the wrong person. I was not the one who indicted him. None the journalists who published the story. No, it's not the journalist just doing your work, putting the information out. Equally, I am not a member of your club to post every good that I do for people on the internet or Facebook. I will lower myself by listening all I did for your family. Okay, you can't. The man is an honorable man. You can't do that. You can't get somebody something and go listen and put it out there. No. I hope you understand what the English word "me" means. Okay, he said the man "me." That's the wrong application of that word. You can't use the word. You can't use Zaza and "me" together. Zaza can be, fairly and rightfully replaced with the word generous, magnanimous. That's the kind of word you can use for Zaza. Nobody that knows Zaza will say he is me. Only an angry person because I put out the corruption of Roland Clarke, so she was use words that don't fit the man. No, Madam Clarke, you can do that. I hope you understand what the English word means. Ask your brother Roland Clarke, who lobbied in the House for the money his institution received in 20. So the man got all the facts, but you can't come public to say these things. You know, the man that what elders are. Elders don't go around and kind of maturing and modding themselves to go join the mod. No, don't do that. Francess Panto, haha. You know your Peking dark now. I know what is that I'm doing here? Can you talk about that too, Zaza song God? I don't know what you're talking about here. You're giving the evidence that Zaza song got deported. Yes. If Zaza song got deported, the man is an adult. What you got to do with Zaza, all right? Lydia, whether you're a man or woman, if you did something, you will go to your father or you go to your mother, you are an adult. So whether your information is valid or not, well, the man is an adult, or whoever you're talking about is an adult. Zaza does not have a small child that they were that deported or that you claim. Let's get that information straight. I hope you can talk about Zaza's son that was deported. I don't know, what is his name? Please give me the name. Zaza, I don't know why you always do the deviation from the issue. Is it because you can't defend Dr. Clarke corruption? That's why you going to Zaza? They said Dr. Clarke, Deputy Sophia Reese reported Dr. Clarke and stole $288,075. That's what we are talking here. So how does that have to do with Zaza, who is in government? The people say, I want a man. Okay, the man say, okay, I'm relaxing. The men that were in government now, he ate the people money and they're exposing him and y'all get there, y'all bring his Zaza. Y'all get a long way to go. You must say y'all be on in the place there. I hope you can talk about Zaza. You know that only thing that person got to say. Talk about your uncle, son that was deported. Okay. So what is this? Did he steal Liberian people money? Did he steal the government money? No. So what can I talk about somebody who did not steal the Liberian people? That Roland Clarke stole $288,075. That's what we are talking here. It's not about somebody who you're saying allegedly deported. You tell me who the guy that deported. So I can break the breaking news. So Francess, Madam Francess Clarke Myers and Lady Attorney can be happy. But that will not erase the corruption on Roland Clarke. If I reported that story, you'll share it with me, we'll report it, and then we'll be talking about Roland corruption until you declare guilty. If you can talk about my brother, I am greatly disappointed in you. Okay, Madam Clarke, for once, let's be fair here. So because he is your brother, so we shouldn't talk about him. Why were you clapping for me when I was talking about Green Coat Drio here? Oh, Green Coat Drio is not your brother. So, we can talk about him. Why were you clapping for me when I was talking about Milton TJ? That kind of partiality because a brother is him. No, brother. When you eat our country money, when people are suffering in the country, and the man who got doctorate degree, who can survive without government job, and you stealing the poor money, and you say because he's my brother, so I'm disappointed. Sorry, Madam President. I'm sorry that you are disappointed. But next time, tell your brother at the level of PhD, you study high level of ethics. Ethics is the study of wrong and right action. Right? You don't take public money and you don't want somebody to talk about it because he's your brother and you're disappointed. Tell the man, I didn't put the story out there. I'm not LACC that put it out. I'm not the court that put out the arrest warrant. So what are you talking about? You bring the institution. My job here, I'm just a conduit. I told you guys, I will inform you, but I will not certify you. I'm not here to certify you guys. Okay? Say your own, I say my own. So that they comment, listen to his broken English, Mr. Clean, man, nonsense. I don't know who the other person talking about. Doug, you are spewing garbage. Okay, thank you for your opinion. Doug, you are the judge, so go and convey him. You also judge were convicted, so the male also the two of them, they are in the same league. Doug, you are a hypocrite. Okay, thank you for your opinion. You see, I put all you cost me, you don't cost me, I'll read your opinion. Watching from government camp, Bongo Jide, thank you for watching. Okay. I think these are the comments I'm seeing so far. Sorry, I'm at work, or else I would have called in. Okay, please. The number is there. Call in and bring your evidence that your brother was not corrupt. The person who worked with your brother directly, the deputy, they say the man is super duper corrupt. $288,074 that what the man chopped with a deputy and all the people there, they not get my own. So I will report them. So for that bad girl, she said shit. So I give my share of your, I will expose all of your deal with that side. I'm not sure who should deal with me.
Eric.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't want to read the comments. Go ahead.
Okay, so I want to say something real quick. Now you see how Madam Francess Clarke Panto is now defending her brother. She is not looking at the fact that the information that we are discussing, that information was disclosed by the man or co-worker from their office, and LACC went after the man. The court sent an arrest warrant for the man. She's not looking at none of that. She's looking at the fact that we are on the show, and we are talking about the situation. So we are attacking her brother. Now, will you then say let's say, for example, Roland Clarke actually went through the court process and he has found guilty of the act. Will you then say that Madam Francess Clarke Panto, she's also corrupt because now she's defending her brother without any evidence whatsoever to prove on the contrary, but she's defending her brother to the T that her brother probably did not do it, and her brother. Why are we talking about her brother? So if her brother is found guilty, and the fact that she's supporting her brother, would that make her corrupt like her brother?
Maybe we gotta. I will start doing investigation now when she was president of USAA. Maybe something on her sleeve somewhere that I didn't see. Yeah, so I will do post investigation. You know,
right?
We gotta do that now because for the fact that she's supporting a man who took $288,000. Yes, and the people are charging him for economic sabotage, criminal conspiracy, misapplication of public property, and all the different crimes they're putting on the man. But if I were Madam Clarke, I would be quiet and say, you know what? Let the man go through the court. When a man is exonerated, then you can't say that's how you put it. My brother is free. You can do. But right now, the man is on the run right now. They have to issue arrest warrant for him. The man hiding. You see, all men get the same pattern. Milton tell you when they issue the arrest warrant, the man when he hiding too. You are in the forest for 2 weeks. Milton was hiding. You know that's why his friend now doing too. Roland Clarke is hiding right now from the law. The man is a fugitive right now. Fugitive. The man running away from the law. He's not man enough to come and stand before the court to exonerate himself.
Esoteric. Yeah, as much as we talk about it, man. What I want to express unequivocally right now is I am highly disappointed in the former president, Francess Clarke. I would have thought she would know better than to come and attack VOSD for bringing out information that is already out there in Liberia. So
on the internet, man, just not on the internet. Just do a Google search right now, you see it.
for the Sapo people to look at her and elected her as a president here in the United States. For her to come on this show and start to comment and attack you or me or any other panelist for talking on this issue, that is highly disappointing from her. Extremely disappointing from her. And these are the kind of
let's get to the last talking point here, guys.
That's why our community organization, we don't go nowhere, because these people are one-minded or one-track-minded people.
You see that what PLO will say, the person is a road, but I'm on a road now, So what I make say, the person, what. Yeah,
so I just want to make a point. So is the argument with you just saying is the fact that she is here to defend her brother? Because if I know someone is my brother, I know their character, I live with them, I know who they are. So if it doesn't matter who you are. If you are saying something about them that I know within my spirit, knowing the person that I grew up with, I will defend them.
Okay, Shirley.
So she defending her brother, and most of the comments that were on there is, Fresh, she said, in a quote, she said, the case already went in court. Okay. And then she said, do not get information that you don't know. So she has the information. And she even make a statement and says that if I wasn't at work, I was going to call him to be able to explain.
Shirley.
So, and I'm not trying to defend anybody. I'm just saying, like,
it's subjective. You got to express your view, man. That's fine.
I'm putting myself in her shoes as somebody who, if someone come here, for example, it could be my dad, and say, "Oh, your dad was in the government and he takes so and so amount." I know my dad. I know his integrity. I know who he is. I will call in, or I will comment and I will defend my dad. So I'm sure that that's her right to defend, and it has nothing to do with her leading the Sapo community. She has all right to defend.
Hold on. The president's opinion. The president is calling. Please, let get outside the story.
I was just about to say, if it's important to her, she will pause that job and call in.
Okay. She calling right now. She calling. I mean, when she can read all the essays, obviously that the point about it, maybe if you can read all the essays, you should be able to call in and give all the evidence that you have. Hey, Madam President. Madam President, you can't call. No, but you can't call us and say shut up. Madam President, hold on a second. Madam President, the people are not hearing you. The people are not hearing you right now. All right. So let us be respectful. We can't call the show and call us. You should shut up. Let's get that straight first. Okay, go ahead. I shut up now.
Do you put me on the phone now?
Yeah, you are on live. The public listening to you.
Okay, good. Before you come on your show, you and your panelists, before you come on your show to come up with your topics, you need to do your due diligence to make to do some follow-up.
Okay.
That's what people do. Not because you read something on LACC, you just come running without doing your due diligence to see what have unfolded for the past days. So if the people that are giving you sources or whatever, you need to do your due diligence. And to the gentleman that we're talking, the reason I'm talking is because my brother is not on the run according to you, DIASPORA. He's not. He went to court. Okay? He already appeared in court, and I wrote that several times on your post, but because you don't read them, you only read what you wanted to read. He is not in Harlem. As a matter of fact, he was not fired when he was on the job. Joseph Boakai fired him because he worked in Georgia government. And after they have taken off the job, that's when they said he took money. He was not on the job where he was indicted. After they have fired him for several months before they came up with that, whoever reported or whatever, if the person knew that he was taking money and when you were already on the job, they never reported that. But because she's a UPS, and when they fire him and they replace him with one UPS, that's when they came up with that. So before you come on your show, so whoever say, "Oh, disappointed because my brother," I'm not backing my brother because he took money. I'm only saying so because he's not on the run and his hand is not being put in the cooking jar. He had not been convicted of stealing people's money. There was allegation, and he and whoever that said that they don't even have no evidence. He is sitting down and breathing and living in his house. Not on the wrong, according to you, like Sayapore, he's not a criminal. He's a man with integrity. And again, you're talking about Ruby Fear, whatever you do for your friend, I'm going to come on Facebook and talk about it. So you don't have to sit direct with on your head or going out to go for Ruby Fear. People in China country are Roland Clarke for Ruby Fear. That's why I said you need to get your confidence before you come on the show and ready to bash people's family, okay? Because for you, you're a family that only other people's family that you can see to bash you on your Facebook. Nobody said don't talk about people when they get over there or when they do talk. When you don't talk at them, you got first-hand evidence on them. Your time of the message will let that be very high. You stole money. Okay? You didn't even say a literally, according to two others, all time, I listen to you. You accused my brother of being a criminal. And you said because you said it with criminal, because you said it with Romeo Pierre. So that's not asking a question. Now you say it. So anyway, if the person ever the person is a criminal, my brother is not a criminal. Okay? He's not on the run. He went to court. Up to now, there's no his followers.
So the
that's what I did to make sure.
my president, was he exonerated?
He on the run, and I'm telling you, he went to court and he went through the first phase of the case into a house. He went back to it. He have not there, but there's no evidence for the person as far as you can now. Getting out to his house. He's not on the run. According to you, that he's on the run. He's not on the run.
Okay. All right, thank you.
He went to court and appear. And whoever is telling they don't have no evidence right now. So now, my brother, because he's my brother. But God, who are talking about? He's a man with integrity. Thank you.
All right, thank you, my president. All right. Guys, I'm hearing myself twice.
Because you are on 2 times.
Let's see what
Do I remove one?
Yeah, take one. Let's see what I will work on your side. Hello.
Yeah.
It's still. Let me see.
We can hear you.
What I will do, I will log on and then come to
Okay. So, Brother Patrick, like I was saying, right, the former president had the right to come here and I mean she is part of the platform. She comes here and she get to listen to us. So, you know, it's not because they were talking about her brother, that's why she was on here. She didn't even know we're going to talk about her brother today. But she has the right to defend her brother because there's somebody that she knows, right? She knows her brother well, and she knows his character, and she has the right, like anyone else, has the right to come and defend her brother. And I don't think it takes away from her being the former president, you know, or Madison is backstage. Which one should I bring on Madison?
I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get up. I'm happy eating.
Okay, but this is fine. We can hear you clearly.
Can hear you?
Yeah, we can hear you. No echo. Oh, you are getting echo.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see if I can take the other. Is there a way you can delete the second one?
Come and see. Let me see. No, because the second one is not on.
Okay, let's see. Let me try again in the studio.
Technical difficulty today, people. Yeah, we haven't even gone into the main. Well, Patrick, are you still there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Jerry. I'm here. Yeah, so you're you're making a point here on something very important. You see,
I don't know why
in,
I'm in there twice. Patrick, I'm so sorry, man. Let's see. I mean, when I leave studio, Shirley, if I leave, right, try to see what I can. You can take the other one down. That is possible. Yeah, I'll leave again.
Sure, let's do that. Okay. So that's fine because you are still on yet, and then the other one is not on. So you good.
Yes.
Are you still hearing yourself?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
No, but I'm saying you still hearing. Okay, it seems like you're coming back.
Yeah, when I come back there, I'm still too.
Yeah,
So
so don't come back because you're already on.
no, but if I don't come back, that means you're not sleeping. That's what the problem is.
No, when you get out, when you were out, I could still see you.
Yeah, because two of me, I don't know what I have two screen open yet.
Yeah, so whatever you did first, remove one of it. Somebody went into our show and said it's the end of it today. We will be back next week.
You hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, but then if I enter studio, there'll be two. That's the thing.
Then you don't need to enter studio because you are already in studio.
Let's see. But then I don't see what goes on the screen. I don't see you guys.
Oh, got you.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what the problem is.
So could you remove yourself and come back?
That's what I just did, but the other one I can't see it.
Let me see if I can remove you. So I dare remove him, but yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. Let's wrap up maybe.
All right. Yeah, we should be good now. Yeah.
Okay. Now you can see us?
Yeah, I'm seeing you guys now. Yeah.
Right,
for
great.
some reason, I think I have another window open somewhere. Yeah. All right. But you were saying something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I think what you want to say, we went beyond our bound. I think that's what provoked the whole.
One second, Shirley, you want to come in the middle a little bit on this side? You're a little bit off. Okay, there you go. Yeah, go ahead, Patrick.
Yeah, so the topic on discussion, especially on the alleged, corruption scandal of Dr. Clarke, I think the discussion itself is somewhat President Maya has problem with. I'm not too sure. Why we bring it on the show, I don't think that's a problem. And all of us here, we have tried to objectively. If we talk about objectivity here, we mean that we are reporting the issue as per the law, or as per what LACC record is saying, or as per what the Constitution or the Penal Code is saying. So, for instance, all of us we agree that he is presumed innocent. We also make a lot of analysis. I think the problem, because I try to figure out what was the issue that we are discussing an objective issue, an issue that borders on somebody's integrity or that borders on public issue, public interest. And then somebody will say, okay, you know what? This man did it for you. The man did it for you because he's a friend, or because he supported Milton Tiaji, or because he's a friend or supported Romeo Queer. I think this is where we drifted off. And as per the ethics of what we do sometimes, the discussion sometimes, we should learn. We should just try to remove, sometimes our personal feelings. And why would somebody be guilty because they are friend of somebody who was alleged to have committed a crime or was committed a crime or has committed a crime and was found guilty? All the people, for example, that work in Taylor government, with all the crimes Taylor committed, can we say they are all they're all war criminals? All of us are living under the Taylor regime when you're president. After all he war, all of us are living under his regime here. Because we lived here under his regime, for instance, and he was our president, and everything that we went through here under him, does it mean that all of us who are war criminals or we are guilty by Taylor's own crimes? So I think this is where the debate came from. Yeah. We should not find people guilty based on their association, or we should not find people guilty based on their friendship. But I think we should look at it from the perspective of the law. What the law says and what the institution responsible to indict people or to find people guilty, what it says. And I think we can draw a clue from them, because this is a family issue. This is a national platform, and so we should not be having a debate where between two families going a loggerhead that our Zaza and the Clarks, will be going back to back, or Saya Kode, our host, and the other people will be going back to back. No. So let's take it objectively and as per the purpose of our platform. That's all.
Okay, Patrick, thank you. But I think she referenced me directly, so let me just wrap up, then we'll leave the subject, right? So, first of all, Patrick, I think multiple times after the show, the president can come back again and listen to us or listen to me. I have used the word alleged multiple times, but she said I didn't use the word, right? Now, number two, she said, I have no evidence, okay? Well, I'm not the one doing the investigation. LACC is the one that did the investigation. Dr. Clarke's own deputy reported him. And LACC did an investigation and they found validity in what the lady said. Hence, they put this out. Again, I'll show the evidence, the information that we got from the LACC, right? Not from me. I didn't make it up, okay? So let's put that up one more time. So first, we'll put this here. When you go online, they call corruption tracker, okay? Corruption case tracker, right? They got it. Google that, is right there. They say allegation of misappropriation of funds and act of corruption involving officials of the NCCRM, right? And they put the amount financial impact, they're talking about $288,075. And then say case summary. I'm not the one that wrote this, okay? Complaint from Sophia MP Reeves, Deputy Director, all right? National Center for the Coordination of Response Mechanism, NCCRM, against Dr. Roland Clarke and the controller of NCCRM, Mr. Peter W. Yanamo, including other members of their criminal, I'm not the one that wrote this, okay? Their criminal enterprise, that the amount of $62,775 and $225,300 was misappropriated. I'm not the one that used the word criminal, okay? That's what they posted. Let's go to the LACC, the appendix they put up there, page 42. If you go online, check it out. Allegation of a misappropriation of fund and act of corruption involving official of NCC. So they came here again. Complaint from Sophia MP Reeves, Deputy Director, National Center for the Coordination of Response Mechanism, NCCC, whatever, against Dr. Roland Clarke and the controller of NCC, Mr. Peter Inambo, including other members of their criminal enterprise, that the amount of $62,725 and $225,300 was misappropriated. The word criminal, again, repeat, I'm not the one that used the word. Now, if you come to Daily Observer, Man Clarke got to go and attack all the newspaper, right? So Daily Observer said a related case involves two former officials of the National Center for the Coordination of Response Mechanism, Dr. Roland Clarke, former Executive Director, and Mr. Peter W. Yanamo, former coordinator, have been named in indictments for economic sabotage, theft of property, and criminal facilitation. I'm not the one that wrote this, okay? Both men have been declared wanted, and the court has issued a arrest writ for their apprehension. I am just repeating exactly what these people wrote, and I give my analysis, Dr. Clarke's connection to a guilty man, Roland Clarke. There is a pattern. And I also said Romeo Kuya was also indicted by the same LACC and GSC. And these people are friends. So I'm seeing the pattern here. Okay? That's what I have said. The man of Clarke got angry. We should not talk about because our brother. We have to get special evidence. We got to go do special. No, I report what is put out there. If you disagree with the LACC, if you disagree with Daily Observer, if you disagree with the corruption case tracker, I mean, you take the issue with them, not me. Don't go to Zaza. Don't institution are the one that indicted. LACC is the one you got to take the case to. They're the one indicted your brother. Or better yet, go to Sophia Reeves. She the one reported your brother to LACC. So how is it that he coming to me and just reporting? It can't be right, Madam President. I talk about Green Code Drew here, all right? I talk about Romeo Kuya. I talk about Milton TJ, everyone else, but your brother should be left out. No. We can't be unbalanced at that. No, we got to put it out. If somebody doesn't like it, fine. Again, we're going to give you the information, but we are not going to certify you. Unfortunately, I'm sorry that you get irritated because we talk about your brother. I didn't manufacture it. I didn't take it from the sky and bring it out. I gave you the evidence that I got relating to, but if you listen to the president, you say, my brother went to court, but he's not exonerated, okay? She just told the man is not a free man. He went to court, but he's not exonerated. So the man is still in the line of guilt. Until he is exonerated, you just say he's not exonerated. So the man is still, the allegation is still on him. And that's where I stand here. So I will clear, I say when the man is exonerated, I will be happy. I started from my speech from the beginning that I am not happy with the information that I'm about to give. I was clear with those things. But Madam President said, I didn't read your comment, even though we took time to read all the comments. We don't just go out and start reading the comment. We took some time to go through the comments. We have gone through the comments. You know, so unfortunately, sorry, Madam President, that he's your brother, but corruption is corruption. Whether my brother, your auntie, your uncle, when it comes over here, we'll bring you a green code. We can't put green out for years, and you are clapping for me, and now your brother, and you want us to come be prison, sing prison, Roland Clarke. No way, no way. You can't bring your private conversation to you, and then you can't bring it public. I mean, come on, you can't do that. Yes.
So I think one of the key information that Francess Clarke gave was the fact that Roland Clarke was never accused when he was on the job. That's what she said. She said Roland Clarke was accused after he's been fired for several months out. So that was one of the key information that she gave. And if that information is true, then that honestly changed the entire course of this case. Because then that is a clear motive from either the Unity Party or from either those other people that he left in that office. But
no, Justin, it's not necessary. Again, Madam President Francess was a president before. You know, when you get to office, you have to do audit to make sure that the people before you did things right. So it could be the case that he was leading that institution, and the next guy that is coming in, he doesn't want to be implicated if he doesn't do his job. Okay, so he have to do his job. So apparently, from the investigation, because he was the leader of that place, so based on the information, the people that were working there before they gave it, and say, okay, I got to report it to the relevant authority, and they will do the investigation. And that now brought him to the public. So,
yeah, that could be the case. Now, my frustration with the president was if she had the information that she provided that her brother was fired before the case came up, and matter of fact, he's at home, he's not running from the law. The fact that she has the information and she wanted to provide them, she would have just posted on the show and said, listen, those information that you guys are giving right now, they're not factual information, or they are misleading, or they are not a current information. Here is what going on, or I can come on the show and clarify certain things. But instead of doing that, she started attacking the Zaza for you saying that to her brother. She should have just come on screen and say, Zaya, you my own boy, you my own brother. Let me let you know, those people, the information they gave out is not correct. My brother is at home, and matter of fact, he was fired before that case came up. Let me make that clear right now. Instead of doing that, she started attacking Zaza, and that was completely wrong from her side. And that's where I got frustrated and said, that means she's backing her brother. So even when her brother is found guilty, then she herself, she's probably guilty of the same crime.
About to start an investigation when she was president of USAA. If I will urge William Manning to do a complete forensic audit of our administration, all right, to make sure that something did not go wrong somewhere, for the fact that she can't say, I will be quiet until my brother, the amount we reported, she has not invalidated. She didn't say my brother did not take 208,000. She has not said, she only said the man went to court. The only information she invalidated is that because we didn't get what she reported at the time of reporting. We got the article that said the issue arrest warrant for him, and they couldn't find him based on the information we gathered. At the time of reporting, and now she said, okay, based on the court warrant, now he ran to court and to go defend himself, and then they did a preliminary hearing. He has not been declared guilty or not guilty. All right, so he has not been exonerated. Look, that's the word she used. So the issue is still in court, and until the verdict comes up, she cannot claim victory. She cannot tell the man to be your moral man. I know my brother, your brother in the house is different from your brother out there. We are two. We can have different personalities. Like yesterday, you were telling me, yes, just in our conversation, you say when you go out there, you're a different person. So stuff like that. We all have these different personality. The way we behave at home, when we come home, we don't behave like that. Or when we go out there, we don't behave like that.
I always say to people, you never know people 100%. Matter of fact, I don't know myself 100%, because you know why? If I know myself well, certain mistakes that I've made in the past, I wouldn't make them.
No,
exactly. So you never even know yourself 100%. So you cannot
say the next man,
so you know them 100%. You never know what people do. But right now, she cannot claim victory. At the same time, she cannot claim guilty plea because the man is not guilty, and he's not found guilty yet, and he's not found not guilty yet. So the case is in the court. My thing is, madam, come up and say, listen, the case is in the court. This is the happenings. Don't attack other family. That is not how you go about making clarification.
Yeah, see what Woto is saying. If corruption team in Liberian government is swept under the rug, how can we have a better government or Liberia? Please leave Mr. Zaza name out of your mess. Zaza had nothing to do with the team. Come on, man. The people, they just let it pay name, man.
But the same government clean. This is the same government Zaza I worked for all his life. And not one case in
court. Not one thing against him. Why? Why is that so? Okay, guys, let's move on to our last topic for the day. We have sufficiently quarantined Madam Francess Clarke Myers. We are quarantined. Panto, I should say. All right, now let's go to the last one here about the SONA of the president, so we can get your perspective. So, Patrick, you are on the ground in Liberia. Let's see. That's not what I want. Yeah, the SONA right here. So, we want to do critical analysis of President Boakai's third SONA. All right. So, Patrick, we want to begin with you. What did you take from there? The good, the bad, and the ugly. Let go on from there.
Yeah, I think the president fulfilled one.
Patrick is glitching up there. Yeah, he is glitching up. I'll bring him down. He's activated. Then we can bring him back on. We're just kicking out of studio. Yeah. All right. So, Justin, you want to come this way a little bit? You're kind of on the other side.
Okay.
All right, good. So, when Patrick comes by, he will take a stab, but let's get you a Perkins.
Okay. So, we're talking about the president's SONA now.
Yeah. Okay, Patrick is coming back. Patrick is coming back. All right, Patrick, go ahead. The floor is yours. He's still froze.
Shirley.
Yes.
Hey, Patrick. Patrick.
He's yeah, he frozen. He has to go and come back.
I'll kick him out again. So you
So
gonna wait?
I can go.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Take a shot.
How honestly, like the speech was long. Let's begin with that. But I wanna start with some positive things
Yeah,
that I
Shirley?
wrote down here.
Yeah,
Can
I'm
you
hearing
hear me?
her.
I can hear her.
No, go and come back. The problem from you.
Like that, yeah.
Okay, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I'm hearing very well.
Oh, okay. So I say I wanna go over a few positive things that I wrote down here. Excuse me, I'm gonna use my notes.
Yeah, that's
because
fine.
again the speech was really long, so I wrote down positive things that I want to talk about here, and I have my credit to as well. So the government, like his speech, he emphasized on governing and accountability, right? So the president, during his speech, he reaffirmed his administration's commitment to fighting corruption, strengthening public institutions, and restoring integrity in government. And then, like his expectation for the leadership, for his leaders. And then he also focused on agriculture and food security, right? He highlighted in his speech about agriculture as a pillar for economic recovery, job creation, and food self-sufficiency. So he acknowledged the sector role in reducing imports and empowering the local people in the community to produce food. He also talked about infrastructure and development, his vision for sure for infrastructure and development. He addressed and outlined the plans for road and connectivity, public facility, and national development projects in improving access to markets, healthcare, and education. And the last positive part that I want to talk about, he called for national unity and shared responsibility in his speech. The president stressed reconciliation, inclusion, and collective responsibility. Development, he said, it requires cooperation across political, ethnical, and social lines. So those are the four things that I, kind of took. A lot of things to take out of his speech, of course. But my points and concern. The first thing is the limited measurement outcomes when he was giving his speech. So while the president was very intentional and very clear doing his speech, but there wasn't specific benchmarks, timelines, and data-driven results. So it makes it very difficult, especially based on his speech last year, to kind of like collect the numbers and make it make sense. And then economic hardship not fully addressed during his speech. So he raised little concern about unemployment and currency stability. He acknowledged, but not much with clear numbers, or like the unemployment rate, or they came up with a number of how many people that have been employed, the 70,000 people that have been employed, but there's no data to prove that. And then I also feel like there's insufficient data on anti-corruption enforcement, right? So despite he had like a strong root of accountability to address the four short on explaining how corruption can ease being included. So like, for example, I would say like mostly like in his government, when they found out someone is not doing the right thing, they put that person, they basically like, okay, we investigating this, so the person will be off their job. But there is no accountability, right? So now people know that, oh, you know, if I do the wrong thing, they will just suspend me. And at the end of the day, it's either I'm not going back to work, but there will be no accountability. They will not hold that person accountable to be like, you know what, we will persecute you for doing X, Y, and Z. And once that is done, I think other people in the position will be afraid to do the wrong thing. But as of now, there is no accountability. And so people can just go and be like, oh, at the end of the day, the president just going to suspend me. And when he suspend me, I already not see enough money from that government to take care of myself and take care of my family.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's bring Patrick in. Yeah, he sometimes struggles. So Patrick, let's go ahead.
Okay. So the president fulfilled one of his very important constitutional obligations, delivering his State of the Nation address. So the president outlined a number of things, and as required, presented his legislative agenda, reported on the state, you know, of the republic, on the state of the economy, on expenditure. He reported on the rule of law, energy, road, infrastructure, agriculture, education, youth, development, and everything else we need to know. But one thing dangerously happened. A day after the president delivered the address, the Ministry of Information came back to the public, acknowledging and admitting that the president misquoted or inaccurately, you know, quoted a data that did not exist. That is, the president said they took.
Patrick, talking about that, let's just play that audio for the viewers.
Okay.
That roads be our focus, not as a slogan, but rather a commitment in connecting communities with opportunities. And went further to say, in furtherance of this commitment, we focused on restoring key corridors and expanding secondary roads. We increased Liberia's paved roads from almost 12% to at least 20% and maintain more than 70 kilometers of major routes, unquote. This portion of the message is in honest contrary to the submission of the Ministry of Public Works. And here is what the Ministry of Public Works submitted. And whatever that information was, those developing the speech, those finalizing the speech, do not fall short of taking full responsibility if they make error. And as a responsible government, we admit that they did a misquotation far away from what the Ministry of Public Works submitted.
So that
roads.
Okay. So the Public Works submitted a data, and then the speechwriter allegedly inserted another data far from what the Public Works Ministry submitted according to the Ministry of Information. That says a lot about the speechwriter, that the president needs a good speechwriter. President Boakai's speeches, I think the problems of them have come from the speechwriters. Yeah, he needs a good speechwriter who will be very accurate and transparent with what he what he writes and puts in the speech. Because the danger here is that when the president was reading, whether from an opposition view, or from a realistic view, or from a view of nationalism or patriotism, but many persons, many people had a view that the president was not saying the truth in most of the things. Most of the things the president was saying, had no truth. That was the view of many people. If you read on the Facebook, the comments, yeah. So admitting to one, some people how they call themselves people who do investigation, yeah. So that's why they say admission to one sometimes is admission to all. And so for me, as an apologist of the government, it scares me. It deeply scares me, and it worries me a lot, because the theory of admission to one is admission to all could validate in the claims being made by others that most of the things most of the figures the president was providing, the data he was providing, job statistics and every other thing, most of those things were not accurate as people were claiming. I don't hold the view that they are not accurate, but admission to one, admission to all, that theory could hold water and it could validate more people. The assertion made by more people, most people. So that is a scary thing that I take away. However, on the overall, I think the argument on the 70,000 job creation, I believe that number was even understated, because I believe the government has created more jobs beyond 70,000 in the last 2 years than you can imagine, because I believe job is a regular activity that gives you an income. All right. Job is a regular activity that gives you an income. So whether you go into the swamp to catch fish or to till the soil, whatever you do to earn income is a job. So yeah, so far so good. It was good. The speech was I think I read the speech. I read the speech 8 or 10, and I think it got good things inside. Hope those things come to fruition. That's all I can say.
All right, Patrick. Thank you. Perkins, are you there? You want me to go? Perkins. Okay, let me go. Perkins is not active right now. Perkins, are you there? All right, let me come. So I was just thinking how he will come back if he wants to. All right, so yes, my take, right? I think I will have to do another show because I took copious notes like Shirley did. We'll do a special on my little device on the show to. The speech. Shirley is near it, like you write it, indicated 30-page document. That was a torture to the old man. Yes. Actually it's 29, but if you look at it, they posted it online. It's 29-page document, and you're making the man to read that thing before the public. Patrick is right. The speech writer is horrible. It's terrible. You can't. From the beginning, the problem even started from the beginning. You could see that number one, the old man took out his hat, and somebody took it from him and said, "Give my hat back to me." I was in the place hot. So the man already angry, like in the heat. And this thing happened to the Papa first. For the inaugural address, he fainted, and they carry him back in the sun. Okay. The second thing from the beginning of the speech was it has to do with I kind of losing my train of thought here on that. There's something happened from the beginning of that speech again. There are two things.
Yes.
Are you talking about the one where he said that you sit down?
Right, very good. That was another problem there. That shows that the Papa is, I don't know, getting cognitively compromised or something. Okay, you came and the people stood up and you're asking your aide, should I tell them to sit down? I mean, so you see the problem from the beginning of the speech. Sorry that Patrick is an apologist of the government, but Patrick the Pape, when somebody stands up for you when you enter the house, you should not ask, your aide, oh, should I tell them to sit down? Something is already wrong. So there was a disconnect from the beginning of the speech. Now, let me give you some specific things that from the speech that, like Shirley, I got some good and bad, right? So I don't know what I could start on a positive note for it, but let me start from the genesis, right? He said from resolve, that was the title, from resolve to results, building on progress and delivering from for the Liberian people, something like that, right? So I don't know whether you are building on CDC progress or it's for 2 year or 4 year progress that what you are building on, but I'm not too clear with that. And like I pointed out, a 29-page document. And I also have problem. He is the leader. I mean, I think this. I mean, I can see that in Liberia. This is why he said, "Our deep gratitude is to God Almighty, the sustainer and preserver of our nation, for His enduring grace and blessings over the past year and throughout our history." Okay, Shirley, you see, the Liberian God did not elect Joseph Boakai. All right, it was the Liberian people that elected Joseph Boakai. So his gratitude to be first to the Liberian people and not to God. The last time I checked, Liberia is not a theocracy, right? It's not like Iran where God is at the top. Liberia is a democracy. The people go to the ballot box and they elect their leader. The idea of thanking an invisible agent, I mean, it's just like, who is the leader here? So then he say, God is the sustainer and preserver of our nation. No, you the preserver and the sustainer, that want the people put the resources in your hand so that you can sustain the nation, so you can properly allocate them with the lawmakers so that the people will be taken care of. It's not God, And so that's why our problem is they absorb themselves of their responsibility and they pull it to an intangible object somewhere in the sky. God is not the one that's sustaining Liberia. If that is the case, we shouldn't have 14 years or 15 years where people die when God is in charge of the country. No, it's human beings human beings are in charge of the country and they made some bad decisions, and that's why the people are suffering. Joseph Boakai is the one that's in charge. He is the one preserving the country through his policy, So that was an issue I have with that, And he also, again, I'll do a special show to go through my points, to do justice to the points I took. But he talked about the arson attack, the burning of the executive on the parliament, I think, the Capitol building. He talked about that, and I don't know what I was judicial for stuff that to be in court, and the president will talk about it, and you'll be holding people accountable when nobody has been found guilty. I don't know why it doesn't compromise the case. I'm not too sure of that. And he also said something that I like from when he talked about the legislative agenda, right? I like when he said, I've also submitted 4 amendments to existing anti-corruption laws, including legislation to address illicit enrichment and remove the existing statute of limitations on corruption cases. Okay, I like that. Corruption had they had statute of limitation, right? So, Shirley, what that means is after certain years, when there is corruption allegation and you don't go to court after certain years expires, you can't be held accountable anymore. So taking the statute of limitation is a good thing. I like that. And the illicit enrichment, people, they steal money, they steal the country resources, and they get rich out of it. And so that I think that's something good that I like. Instead, we will propose a universal health insurance program and a bill to establish a national road authority dedicated to road construction. Okay, I like the part that you're talking about universal health insurance program, right? I think it makes sense for all the citizens, but then again, it's not realistic. You say will, so that's the thing. But that's for the next agenda, is the next agenda item. So the people in the country, they need health insurance. I mean, those are all here. I mean, we are privileged to have access to those things, right? So I think it makes sense to say, we put a policy in place for the people to have access to health care. I think that's a good, if it has not been implemented. I will talk my other points later, but there are a lot of things that I wanted to talk about. The president said inflation is low, right? For example, but then Shirley, imagine paying $4 for a gallon of gas, and you say inflation is low. I can remember during the COVID. I mean, I had to put gas in my. At the time the gas price went around to $4 or $5. It took me $75 to fill my tank. Think about it, right? And somebody in the country, people in the country that are struggling, and they're paying $4 for a gallon of gas. That's a lot of money. That's a think about it. Taking about $75 or $60 to fill your tank. I mean, I don't know how many of the regular people can afford that. So I mean, when you say inflation is low, I think it's for the president and his group. Those that are doing well. Okay, and just in summary, right? Shirley, I mean, you guys were talking about the job creation, 70,000 jobs that he created. Okay, what are you true or not? Because I went on, because in the USA they have the Bureau of Labor Statistics, right, where you can go and see all the jobs the government created. They got everything listed there. So when the president said that, I went on the Ministry of Labor in Liberia. They got a Ministry of Labor, right? I went on the website. I could not see the statistic that they're talking about. Okay, if you say they created jobs and the Ministry of Labor is there to track job or hiring and those things in the country, okay, and the information cannot be found on the Ministry of Labor website, then what is the point? What is the ministry doing when they can't track the hirings in the country? And people are sending wrong number, and the Ministry of Information is coming out, the Public Works Ministry sent different information, and the speed writer, they did something different. Okay, that thing could have been easy to verify if the Ministry of Labor doing their job. Okay, but the guy is not doing. Okay, so now let's go to the 70,000 jobs, assuming those jobs are actually created. There's something I want to put out here for us, to the panels, right? I want to put it, I think it will cover us, but that's fine. Okay, so assuming that the jobs are created, this is what they call the Decent Wage Act. Part to know about Decent Work Act bill, or whatever they call it. So if you go to chapter 16, okay, this bill was a part 2015. Joseph Boakai attested his signature. If you look at that act, the president of the country right now signed that bill. Okay, the Decent Work Act. So this is what it says here: every formal sector, construction, industry, business, company, etc., worker or employee is entitled to be paid a minimum wage of United States 68 cents per hour. All right. So assuming that those jobs are created, right, our people are getting 68 cents per hour, or United States $5.50 per day for work that the employee is employed to do. Imagine working 8 hours a day and you get $5.50. You're getting 68 cents. Okay, so you can think about that thing for a second. If you go further into that was, you're talking about the formal sector, right? The informal sector, they said every domestic and or casual worker employee is entitled to be paid a minimum wage of United States 43 cents per hour, or United States $3.50 per day for work that the employee is employed to do. I mean, imagine somebody getting paid 43 cents. Slaves don't get paid this way. Okay, so if Joseph Boakai says, you know what, I created 70,000 jobs and people are getting paid 68 cents or 43 cents, I mean, what good is that job? The people are just being used as machine for the capitalist corporation. That's what they are doing. The people are just, machine working for those people. You get 43 cents. Domestic worker, you finish. When they call it informal. So if you work 43 cents an hour, so the jobs, even though they are invisible, they can be verified, but the wages that Joseph Boakai signed into law that people should be paid, it's just abhorrent. It's absurd to say somebody should get 43 cents. Joseph Boakai doesn't get paid 43 cents. He doesn't get paid 68 cents per hour. In 2025 or 2015, by then I want to pass the law, and the law is still in effect in 2026. People are getting paid 60 cents or 68 cents. All right, not even dollar. All right. So these are things I think I expected Sonny Boy Noah to say, work on those things, right? But I think it's a gentleman from Monserrado County that proposed for that law to be amended for human being not to be getting 43 cents an hour. Patrick, you rather Justin, you rather not pay the person, because by the time the person gets that pay, it going in transportation, it going in credit, everything is gone. You know, yeah, that's how bad. But I mean, again, the SONA, I would take my special time to go through. I got a lot of points here. Okay, I mean, for example, I think Shirley mentioned reconciliation, for example, and this is what the president said in his own words on reconciliation. All right, there's something he said here. We are considering a reconciliation commission and have established. Okay, no, that's not the one I want. Reconciliation, however, does not mean forgetting none. Does it mean abandoning justice? No, I think the last one I want. In my address to this honorable ballot last year, that the president said, I extended a hand across the political divide and called on our compatriots in the opposition and others to join us in building an inclusive government. Today, I renew that call. That's what the president said, right? So, Patrick, the issue with that is, I mean, it's one thing to just call. The president could, I think, I mean, this one was just politics. He should have sent letter of invitation for the guys to come to the SONA, for example. That would be, it shows that you actually mean what you say, but you just say, oh, I made a call to the people. What practical action are you making to getting the opposition involved? You know, he's not doing it, but he just say, oh, you know, I made a call and I renewed that call again. Why he didn't write and send an invitation to come to the SONA, for example, or call the guys for a dinner, you know, and say, oh man, I want us to have a dinner. They'll come, let's have a discussion about our country, you know, stuff like that. But he's not doing something practical like that. He's just making political pronouncements and stuff like that. So, Perkins, let's get your thought on this, and if we can be brief. I think the show going too long, so that Patrick can get some rest, and you and myself. No, man, drinking on camera. All right, go ahead, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, we have talked a lot about the president's SONA, and like you said, the show has lasted for almost 4 hours now. I must say, I got a few points here listed on my paperwork here, and when I start going through them, I wouldn't want to stop halfway. I will let you conclude on all of them. So, but in short, you know, one of the breaking news that came out of the president's SONA, it was the 70,000 jobs, the short-term and medium-term 70,000 jobs, and the government has tried to defend it in so many ways. And realistically, if these jobs are there in Liberia, they will not be in Haiti. We see our people working across all the 15 or 17 counties. So far, we are hoping that the president will actually do better. They are trying with what they're doing when it comes to construction and other stuff. But for me, the number one thing that I would really like to see establishing Liberia is rule of law, where people will be held accountable for their actions. Because you will not have a productive country if you have people doing whatever they want and getting away with it. And then we just replace them and find another politician, and then these people go wait on the side, new government coming, they resurface. So the rule of law should be on the number one on the president's agenda. He did talk about the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Court. But what I'm saying, the regular law and order that we have in the country is very fragile. So that's not a guarantee that even a War and Economic Crimes Court will be any different. But in all, you know, the speech was so long, they shouldn't have been doing that. So it is somewhat year-old paper that may not have that kind of physical energy to be reading. He did well. Everybody said he read pictures without glasses. And you know, when we come back on next Thursday, we will dive into it a little bit more, but we have been here for so long. So we're going to conclude on that for now.
All right, Justin, thank you. So you just want to use the opportunity to give you for closing thoughts, and yeah.
Right. So in closing, we talked on few topics. There was a birthday shout out. I forgot the lady's name. Who sent
Kofa. Yeah.
We want to say once again, happy belated birthday to you. Hope you enjoy your day and enjoy the rest of your many days to come. Madam President Francis Clarke Panto, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations again on your big day. You got married. It was a secret wedding, and we got to know after the wedding was done. But you know your reason why. But regardless, we want to say congratulations to you and your husband, and we wish you a successful union as you guys move on.
All right, I think that man is off camera. Let's see. Patrick, let's get us back there. All right, I think he's he got a call or something. All right, but Patrick, you do your closing talk, please.
Okay, thank you. I think staying full long hours with America is a great art of competition, and I forgot that on our side there is no limitation. Yeah, so it's a good courage. So in closing, I want to say on some of our talking points, in my objective thought, I want to re-emphasize that under Liberian laws, every man is presumed innocent until found guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction. Secondly, the LACC has awards a number of occasions indicted people and come back to the same public to say such people, are innocent. The next thing I want to say is that Roland Clarke is a clean man, a man of integrity, a patriot, and a great servant, public servant, with a impeccable track record, both at the national and international level. At the level of ECOWAS, you will see him there. This thing here it could be a witch hunt to tarnish his international reputation or his national integrity. And I encourage him to deal with it to the full extent of the law that he gets exonerated and vindicated. Yeah, Liberia has a history of rewarding people with scandals in public service. It happened to Dr. Nyiswa. Dr. Nyiswa risked his life in this country during Ebola time from all over the place. Yes, at the time President Sedi was leaving office, by the time he has left office to go enjoy a private life, the next thing we go see in the newspapers, Dr. Nyiswa indicted for corruption. He's now you don't hear it anymore again. He's now in the country. He's going to be a senator. You don't even hear it anymore. That's how Liberia rewards people for their public service. From nowhere in the blue sky, they will put scandal on you to spoil your name and bring you down. But in this case, Dr. Clarke is a rock, and we know that he will be vindicated as per the law. I want to say thanks to all of you for coming up, for listening and following us today. Please send your stars as always, and please send your support to the platform. We are all here for you, nothing but for you. And we thank those who come up. Thanks to the CEO for always making our duty to come up every Thursday. Shirley, our beautiful co-host, Mr. Perkins, our panelists there, and to our deputy CEO, Madam Freeman. Thanks to all of you for your support and everything. I am Patrick, Iroko 231, Thursday. I'll catch you again when I shall have been here. Thank you so kindly.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. Perkins, no, let's bring Shirley on.
Patrick closing statement is just like, you can hear me?
Perkins, you want to close quick?
Yeah, I was in flight.
Okay, fly.
Yeah, so send two of us. I don't want to use that word, but send you the
fly on Justin. Yeah. Fly.
Yeah, go ahead, Justin.
So I was on the subject of congratulating the former president of Madam Francess Clarke on a big day or wedding day, and then on the Sonny Boy Noah a bill he proffered on in the house. Like few of us had the idea of building a technical school, whether in SINOE County or in what the other place name, the other district name. That is a good idea.
Drawson.
In Drawson, that is a good idea, right? But when we start to talk about schools, then there are other fundamental schools problem that we have there, the high schools that are not being taken care of, where students don't have chairs in the school, teachers are in shortage because of pays and stuff like that. Can we also attach those things to that bill so it don't look like we abandoning these schools and then we're going straight to technical college, but then that will only show that we will do the same to the technical college that we are doing to the high schools. So even though it's a good idea, but he should work on it more to include, in my opinion, to include all the other schools that are in the region that should be getting the same attention. But good job on his part to put for that bill. And then the next topic was the Roland Clarke situation, where he's been indicted and a warrant was sent out for arrest for some 200 and some more thousand embezzlement. Madam Francess Clarke came on the show shortly and she made some clarification that indeed Mr. Clarke was accused of this allegation after he had been fired from his position. So he was fired, and then after a few months before the allegation came up and the warrant was issued, but for sure the big brother is now running away from the court. He has made his first appearance and now he's at home and waiting for the next court date to appear. So as a man of his character, and I've been hearing a lot of good things about him, I will hope that these allegations are false and that maybe people have some motives to derail his character. And then if that is not the case and the court come up with a verdict accusation, they should also he should also be able to face in the full weight of the law. Madam Clarke, those clarification was very key, in my opinion, for us to understand another aspect of the case. The one problem that I had with you was we as panelists, we only bring these stories as they are developed from other places in Liberia, so we shouldn't be attacked because we are saying things that are happening and we are not the one who wrote these things, or we are not the court who accuse him or who trying to arrest him. We are saying what is happening. So if you have issues or you have further information, all you can do is say, Perkins, hold on, Zaya put a hold on, Patrick, hold on, or Shirley, hold on. Here is the current information or the current situation on ground. But attacking me and my family and say, why your pa did that too, and your pa, I mean, man, and no, that is not the way to go. You are a leader and you should be doing better than that. And that was my frustration with you. When it comes to the president, SONA, like we all said, a lot of good things were said, but there are a lot of improvement needs to be made. 70,000 jobs are in Liberia, according to the government. And one of the things after they make that mistake about the report from the which department again? The report that they corrected.
Oh, from Ministry of Information.
Yeah.
Did the correction
from the works, yeah.
Public works, yeah.
That kind of tells me that many other reports were probably tweaked into the president's speech, because if they can make that huge mistake, who knows that is the same thing that happened with the 70,000 jobs. Maybe people just added numbers just to give Liberian people hope and think that this is what actually happened on the ground. But if that is true, we are hoping for more, and we hope that the president and the country will do more. Thank you.
Perkins, Shirley, let's get wrap up top.
Yeah, let's wrap up this thing. First, I want to say it was a wonderful show. It's always good to be on here with you guys. I mean, like, who can argue? 3 men, 1 female. I'm not playing the female card here, guys.
Oh, you are doing
it was a wonderful show. We started with, I appreciate all three of you putting me up front there about my book, A Mother Without Proof. It is deeply personal. It is a personal story about motherhood. It's a story about loss. It is a story about faith. It is a story about unanswered questions. It gives voice to mothers who love exists. And even when no evidence to put the missing pieces together, but they refuse for their hope to die. So I kind of leave it open that, we'll have more time to discuss it when the book comes up, when the book is published. I mean, in February. But we touch on a lot of important things that are happening in Liberia, and I want to take a step back for a minute and say congratulations again to my own set role model, my own set mom, my own set big sister. Congratulations, our former president. Madison will always say, once a president, always a president. Iron Lady, that's how I call her. A woman who took her time, well learned, and not afraid to speak her mind. I admire almost everything about her, and I'm so happy for her. This picture speaks volume. It seems like Madison and I were kind of like, what picture should you post? But this speaks a lot of volume that, you are so happy, and because you are happy, we are happy for you. And then we went into Roland Clarke case, and information is power, right? And I kind of agreed with Justin that our former president coming on here to clarify things, it makes a huge difference. And so we want to see the end of where this is going to end up to, right? That we will all celebrate if it comes out that, this story is not true to begin with. We will celebrate. But we also believe in holding people accountable, because once we hold our leaders accountable, it gives room for the people that are not leaders to be careful of what not to do, okay? So accountability matters, I mean. And then we also talk about what am I missing?
The bill of Mr. Noah.
Oh yeah. So I think honestly, because my whole passion of learning, I believe in continual education, be it whether it's me getting a certificate program or going to get some other degree. I love that. So the fact that our leader is thinking outside of the box and saying, not everybody have the strength to go into a classroom to learn. Let's see how we can bring these young people up with some kind of skill set so they can also be able to have some kind of income and take care of their family. So I really, really love that. And I personally listen to him, and I think he having that place in Drawson, it doesn't matter whether it's in Drawson, it's in Norpo. He made it very clear that place is the center, so he having it there so the other places can have access to come freely and be able to benefit from the project. So I want to say good job. I pray that the project come into manifest so our children can benefit from there. And our children, I mean like the young people in SINOE County. So, and then we talk about the president, that speech was long. When the president walked on that stage, I have to say my prayer. And I'm not ashamed of my faith. I'm a believer of Jesus Christ, Madison, just to be clear. But anyway, I have to say my prayer because he came with another country cloth straight on, right? And praise God, it was a short sleeve this time. But I want to say though, with an 80-some-year-old man reading, looking, giving eyes contact to the people, and still have the ability to read clearly, I want to give it to him. Because some of us that probably in our 40s or so, we don't even have that great eyesight. And
Yeah,
so I want
Patrick
to
and
give it.
Justin, they in that terrace, they can't even read without glasses.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of people cannot even read without glasses, and to see him reading without glasses and still giving eye contact. So he wasn't just holding the page and reading, he was engaged with the audience. I want to give that to him. And I also want to say there are a lot of great things that are happening in Liberia that weren't mentioned in that speech. So I am hoping that next year he can have a new person writing his speech. If not, he can also talk to that person that wrote that speech and say, this and this is what I need. Give him a bullet point of what you want to cover, and then have that person cover exactly what you want to talk about. But I think the rescue team are doing an amazing job. I have seen a lot of pictures. I've heard from most of my friends that travel from here to Liberia. They say there are a lot of things that are happening in Liberia that people are not showing. But then again, we Liberians, right? We only focus on the negative things. We want to get away with positive things that are happening. You'll not even see people posting anything positive. So I am hoping to come to my conclusion that, we can focus on positive things that are happening in our country, the things that the government is doing. Because they say, oh, the government is so corrupt, but there are other people in the government that are doing an amazing job, that are going above and beyond. I've not seen anyone come on here or on a big platform to talk about those people. So it's about time that we can talk about the positive things that people are doing versus focusing mostly on the negative things. But yeah, Mr. President, you are doing an amazing job, and I know Liberia can be great again under your leadership. So keep doing what you're doing and keep holding your leaders accountable and focus on building Liberia again.
All right. Thank you
But
for
I see you switching me. It's a way of saying I need to be done. See your life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you
When
for
your friend that were talking all the long thing Patrick talk about, I don't know how long you didn't switching you kept it there, but I see what it is.
Don't put a female card. We're begging you.
I ain't playing no female card. I'm just saying, but okay.
Okay, I got you visible now. Everybody looking at you.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah,
all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Shirley. Thanks, Perkins, for the wonderful energy and perspicacity you brought to the show. I really appreciate you guys being on the team, at least giving different perspective. I mean, disagreeing with me, and that's what I need. I don't need people that will concur with me in everything I say. I like the fact that when I say something, oh no, I see it the other way. That's wonderful. So I want to say thank you. I want to say again, happy belated birthday or belated happy birthday to the president of the Liberian Association of Pennsylvania, Madam Siande Kofa, daughter of Santa County, doing a magnificent job in running our community in Pennsylvania. We want to say we are profoundly and melancholically depressed, dejected to have seen Mr. Noah leaving our children that are not passing WAEC, the schools in Johnson District. No teachers, children are sitting on the floor, and now he is focusing on technical college. And that is not good reasoning. Let's get the foundation of our children in tight first. Let them get their papers. When they travel out of the country, they'll be able to enroll in other institutions of learning. But for Noah to proffer a bill for representing 25 years to be reduced to 16, and that bill is not going anywhere. And now he wants to do Dwasonization development. Everything is based in Dwason, turning his back to the other 4 statutory districts in district number 3. We got problem with that. The development to be decentralized, and that's what the Ministry of Internal Affairs, the arts was put into place. They were now in effect under Joseph Boakai. All right, so Mr. Noah got to do better than that. Get one thing done first before you jump to the next one. The first one cannot fail. Patrick say, the baby died. You cry for the first baby, then you want to born another baby. The first baby cannot even pass high school correctly, but you want to send the child to technical college. That's an issue for me. But with the issue of Dr. Roland Clarke, again, like I said from the beginning, I am not happy that my children or the children of San Diego County are nearly always in the web of corruption. They are whether they are guilty or not, but the fact that their names are coming up, it is not right. The third original county in the Republic of Liberia, we got to be the examples, or the citizens from that place should be the examples of the rest of the counties. We can't be indicted and our former president is saying, oh yeah, my brother was taken to court, but he's home now. Okay, he should not have been in court in the first place. All right, he should not have been in court, but because of a link with Milton Tiaje and Romeo Quia, the guys they contaminated, or he contaminated those guys. So as a result, they say, like friend, show me your friend, I'll show who you are. Let my friend show me your friend. I'll show you who you are. So the guys, they showed Mr. Roland Clarke. Unfortunately, he has not been declared guilty yet. I don't hope for that. But now, because of the doctrine of Tiajeism or Quiaism, so now he's also in it. Now he's in the water as well. All right. If he is not guilty, again, we'll be here to congratulate Madam Francess Clarke Myers. But she did not refute that her brother did not take $208,075. She did not refute that. The only thing she refuted is say, my brother did not run away. He was taken to court, and the court saying by home rather very living room. He waited for the next court day. The man should not be in court in the first place. Why is it that Joseph Boakai been in government for 40 some more years, and Joseph Boakai has not been indicted? The man who has not stayed there for 6 years, the man is in court now. Because, again, Tiaje was telling him, my man, when you eat out thing, that you will come from out of here, man. You chop that money. Yeah. And then the man left out Sophia Reeds. Sophia said, you know what? The father, you don't give me share of the cookie, I will report you. And now Roland Clarke and all the other guys that participated, allegedly participated in the $288,075. I mean, at least you're getting $175. Say, the baby, she would have said something. But they ate all the money.
You praise the president of
yeah, they allegedly chopped the money. You got to understand here, right? I hear Patrick kept saying, a man is declared innocent until people get it. That's the legal aspect of it. In the court of public opinion, we can also declare you guilty, So there are two different courts here. So it could be that he is declared guilty in the court of public opinion, for the fact that the information is true, and the Anti-Corruption Commission of the Republic of Liberia indicted him, and the court issued a warrant of arrest for him, and he was taken to court, and now they say, that they won. I mean, it's the first thing, we got other things then to come, you will come back again, but go relax more at home, and don't run away, and he's obeying that. That's good. I say he should not run away. What thing I will not do, for sure, is that I will not put other people on blast. I will not put Green on blast. And Madam Francess Clarke Myers was clapping for me yesterday. I cannot put TJ on blast, and she was clapping for me yesterday. I'll put Romeo Quia on blast, and she was clapping for me yesterday. And her brother is indicted, and she doesn't want us to talk about it and say, because my brother, don't talk about my brother. No, I will not do that. I will not. The only thing I will not do, I will not manufacture fake information against anybody. But once the institution, the media put it out to us, and it's corroborated by the court and the Anti-Corruption Commission or institutions in the country, we will talk about it. Sorry, unfortunately, you don't like it, so bad. But your brother cannot be better than other people. Yeah, we cannot keep your own information secret, and we talk about other people. That is not how that Sayapode operates. I want to come in esoteric, understood by the chosen few. All right, it will take few people to understand me. All right. Madam Francess Clarke used to understand me, but right now she don't understand me anymore because brother is in the web. All right.
I'm about to say the same thing I'm done.
So she don't understand me anymore. But anyway, Madam President, I want to say again, congratulations on your wedding. Wish you all the well. Brother Panto, I want to say also congratulations to you. And Mr. Sonny Boy Noah does not have congratulations because he's doing political projects, according to himself. I cannot praise somebody who is doing political projects in San Diego County. All right, we see political projects across the country, and right now some of them they are covered by Bush because the politicians that are doing that they're no longer in power. So the political projects are dead. you know, and Sonny Boy Noah is following that tradition. That being said, Shirley and Patrick, again, the SONA, we will come back here to give you a date. I summarized the 30-page document or the speech. I broke it down to 7 pages, and we'll talk about it on my personal podcast later. And last but not least, we are working on something. We had a brilliant discussion yesterday behind the scene about rebranding. All right. So we are talking about, for sure, to change that. Maybe it will make some people happy, you know, for the fact that we are proposing. We'll just talk about the positive things about people, right? And not the negative. You know, we'll be talking about just positive on the Thursday show, but on the Friday show, when you come back on Friday, forget it. The Baba tea that will come up. But
that's what you need to introduce both, right? Because the Friday show, you know, is
I mean, if you want to elaborate, I can give you the show. So go ahead.
Okay. So nobody want to take credit for this. We've been coming up with, you know, how we can get all of you engaged, and we try to look for places in our country or in our community where people are not touching on, and we realize that as a group that there are a lot of negativities going on in our community, and it's so easy for people to criticize an individual or talk the bad thing that the person is doing and forget that one little thing that person either not do for you or their community. So we want to highlight, focus on people that are doing positive things in our community. We want to be able, especially in our country, Liberia, we want to be able to put those people on spotlight. We want to talk about them. We want to appreciate them. We want to straighten up their crown and give them that motivation so they can keep going and keep doing great things. So, but then there comes the Friday show, right? The Friday show, which is going to be first of its kind ever on air. And it's going to be where we're going to come here and, you know, no holding back. You know, who knows? Justin might have done something to me in the corner, and I'll just wait for the Friday show and come on here and just
blasting up
in the community, you know. So watch out for that. But yeah, I'm very excited, and I will like you guys say something about it too. But yeah, it's looking forward to it.
Also, guys, again, Shirley, that was a brilliantly articulated. And I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, our job here, as our closing line says, we leave you informed, not certified. We are not here to certify you. Sometimes some things will say they will appeal to your happy neurons, you know. It will activate your happy hormones. Sometimes we will say some things that when you call, you will say, shut up. You know, somebody who running your show, you will tell the person, say, shut up. My own president came and say, shut up on my own platform. Because some of the things we say, they got angry. Because, you know, truth can hurt. You know, let me tell you guys a quick story about truth, right, and lie. So the reason sometimes they say naked truth, right? You know why they say that? It's because truth was taking shower, right? They were swimming.
True, was taking shower.
Yeah, they were taking, let's just say, swimming in the pool. They took on the clothes, and then you are on mute, buddy. You are on mute. Yeah. So, yeah. What
you're not taking shower, so the truth can come
correctly. That truth and lie, yes. Went to the creek side to swim.
Yeah. So they went swimming, right? So they went swimming. True, God knew, right? So by the time True came to himself, lie went and took up the clothes of True and pulled it on, right? So everybody, because they know the clothes that True can wear. You know, so there's all that True going over there. You know the scenes. So later on, they saw because when True got out of the water. Now to get it clothes on, I mean no clothes because laughing and taking True clothes. So that's why you see True is always chasing last, right? So you can say naked True because last took the clothes of True. You know, that's why True can always be naked. It's chasing La took the clothes, you know. So
right, and then
yeah,
so La took the clothes of Truth and went in the town. So everybody saw La, said, "Oh, yeah, Truth, they're going, yeah, Truth, they're going." So when Truth got out of the water, Truth don't have clothes to wear.
Right.
So Truth started chasing La naked. So when everybody see Truth, they say, "Oh no, Truth naked."
Naked Truth, yeah.
Everybody afraid of the naked Truth because Truth was naked.
Yep. So we will always say the truth here. You know, the lies sometimes they will come forward. You know, the lie always pervasive, is prevalent, it spreads faster. You know, but at the end of the day, the truth will prevail. You know, we are always saying the truth. We'll leave you informed, but not satisfied. Sorry that will make some of you vex today. But next time maybe we'll be happy. You know, who knows? You know, but the truth must be told. Have a good, wonderful day, ladies and gentlemen. This is how we bring the curtain down for today. And we'll say thank you. Don't hesitate to subscribe to our YouTube page, and you know, make sure you share the show with your friends, so that you know, SONA will make them vex, SONA will make them happy. What am I closing music? I saw a comment somewhere from the Admiral. Let me see that comment. I'll read that comment from the Admiral. It says, Francess Clarke Panto, what is your personal issue with Honorable Zaza? Madison is the one reporting the case. Instead of confronting him, you are here attacking Honorable Zaza. As the former national leader, your approach is immature. We can be selective in fighting corruption. So I'm definitely agree with you. Deal with me, your cat to me, you'll say all the bad thing about me. But you can do transfer aggression here. You go to somebody else. You know, even though she attacked me, even though she vests, I will still play your music in closing. Francess Clarke Myers. Yeah, we're going home with Francess Clarke Myers.
With your money, we want India Bell, and West Yonder, where you are. And West when the Chia we are. Mambiano no swim, Yabel, Mambiano no swim, then India no swim, Yabel. My way, my no you are. When you say monkey, they man, say, when you say daddy, they man, say daddy, way. Magic man, you are too. India Bell, Aji Kwanda Sarao, Aji Kwanda Sarao, then you play one, and Aji Kwanda Sarao, Aji Kwanda Sarao.